And Alex Crook reckons it's a bit late for that.
My understanding is that Alexander Isak has made it pretty clear for a long time now that unless they pay him 300 grand a week plus, he isn't going to sign a new contract. So there's always a danger, and I reported it in March, that he was Liverpool's dream transfer target, that someone would come in. So should they not have acted more quickly to source a potential replacement? Should they not have got that deal done already?
Personal terms aren't expected to be an issue, though. Elsewhere today, Sunderland have signed goalkeeper Robin Roos from NEC Nijmegen. Rangers have brought Mikey Moore to Ibrox on a season-long loan from Tottenham. As for Spurs, they've agreed a deal with Bayern for João Palhinha. And it's understood Everton are pursuing a deal for Tyler Dibbling, but are well below Southampton's current valuation. The Toffees' initial approach was in the 27 mil region, but the Saints want 40 mil. For all the latest transfer lines, head to our website's live blog. Elsewhere today, the Lions are going for a clean sweep in the third and final test tomorrow morning, and that's live on talkSPORT. It's as Australia's been dealt another injury blow with hooker Dave Porecki out. Former Lion Gordon Darcy reckoned we're in for an exciting finale.
There's a really high chance that we actually get another belter of a match because both teams are freed up now. It's a free roll of the dice. The game is decided. The series is decided. They can actually go and have a bit of fun and see, does that actually free up players?
Meanwhile, we're told Louis Rees-Zammit will be welcomed back to rugby with open arms. The 24-year-old's coming home after not quite making it as an NFL running back. His former Wales winger, Alex Cuthbert.
He wanted to try a dream, and it obviously hasn't quite worked out, but he's still going to offer an awful lot to rugby and rugby union and Welsh rugby. I think, he's a player we definitely need within that team.
For more on these stories, head to talksport.com.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, alongside. Oh, he's not happy. It's Andy Townsend. What's the matter, Andy Townsend?
No, I don't know what I've done to the mic. Does that sound okay? I think it does, but the mic...
What have you done?
Don't know, it was all...
What have you done?
It was drooping and facing the wrong way. Yeah, exactly.
It was drooping, was it?
Come on, get your teeth stuck into that.
We'll fix it in a minute, but I do know we've got to show you this afternoon. Liverpool had their first bid rejected for Alexander Isak. The offer was £110 million plus add-ons. But what is the Newcastle man actually worth? We'll also be asking when football got so complicated after Erling Haaland admitted he loves the criticism he gets for being a tapping merchant. Who's called him that? The beer mile world record has been smashed to pieces. We'll tell you how long that world record took, what it is exactly, and we'll speak to the man that broke it. And Andy Townsend is going to go on a beer run as well. Joe can't fix this, mate. It's still broken. By the way, if you work in the technology department here at talkSPORT, can you come down to the second floor? We'll also discuss why we judge footballers so quickly, as Rasmus Højlund says he'll fight on at Man United. All that, plus we'll look ahead to the return of the domestic footballers. Luton take on AFC Wimbledon. That's on talkSPORT 2 tonight. And we ask him whether Sean Dyche gets the respect he deserves. We love Sean Dyche. This is Drive, this is talkSPORT. You can get involved by picking up the phone 03717 2233 44.
None of the old mind games and none of that nonsense.
I do think on that little clip there, I think you were going to say shenanigans.
None of that nonsense.
And they cut me short. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
so they've made it sound like you were going to have a potty mouth. How are you, Andy Townsend?
I'm very good, thank you, mate. Very good.
Lovely to see you.
Good to see you, Pete. You're looking rather well.
Thank you. I love working with you. We haven't worked together for a long time.
No, for a while now, a few months, mate.
What have you been doing? You've done quite a few breakfast stints.
Yeah, I've done. I mean, these days I am the I get shout to come off the bench, and get warmed up very quickly, and on I go.
What are you like, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Is that you?
Yeah. Probably not as good as what Ollie was, but
who's the Liverpool famous super sub?
David Fairclough.
Ginger hair,
yeah. Back in the day when I think you only had one sub or two.
Yeah, one. One it would have been.
Imagine going back to back to that now? Can you imagine going back to, you'd look to the bench and there's just 2 guys sat there instead of like a whole team sat there.
It's insane,
It's
isn't
weird, isn't it? Isn't it weird? It is.
Who's the first? Oh, this is a great question. I'm going to put it out there. Who's the first sub to come off the bench in an FA Cup final? That's an unbelievable question.
The first sub in an FA Cup final to come off the bench.
The first thing we got to do is find out what year first subs were used.
First subs were used,
Because here's a little stat. I'm sure you know, but a lot of people don't. In '66, when we won the World Cup, the reason Jeff Hurst played was because in the semi-final, Jimmy Greaves was injured. And so Jeff Hurst took his place in that. But for the final, Greaves was fit.
Yes, he was.
But rested in favour of Jeff Hurst. Of course, when I scored hat-trick. But he would have been on the bench.
Amazing, isn't it, eh? Those little situations, they often play out like that. But no, mate, I'm all good. All good. Looking forward to the show today. What we got in store? Come on.
Well, I've just told you. I did the whole opener. Well, you're mucking about with your mic. Well,
exactly.
Breaking it.
So what are we talking about first?
Well, a bit later on, we'll be talking about Man United, Rasmus Højlund.
Okay.
Okay, because it looks like they're going to get a like-for-like striker in Sesko. So what happens to Rasmus? One of the questions.
Looks good, Andy, by the way. Benjamin Sesko looks...
He does, but until a player plays in the Prem...
Technically, he looks a completely different level to Rasmus Højlund.
Okay.
He looks very good, but we'll come on to that.
We'll come on to that. We'll also talk about the return of domestic football. Luton take on AFC Wimbledon tonight. We only had one day off. Don't know if you're aware of it. One day off with no football. That was the day after the Lionesses. The Monday night no football.
Wow.
And then Tuesday was back on, so the football was returned. We'll talk about that. Are you excited about it?
I am excited about it. Always love the start of a new season. I think everyone gets revved up for it. There's a few fans out there moaning and groaning a bit because their team haven't done the business they'd like. But I always think when we get in that first few days before the first Premier League game, I think everyone is right there, ready for it. And here we go. And it's a long old slog, but it's still the best league in the world.
I can't wait. We're going to talk about that now because Liverpool have had their first offer for Alexander Isak rejected by Newcastle. So, how much is he actually worth?
Down to Isak, booms a second goal. It's another goal for Newcastle United. It's converted from 10 yards out by Alexander Isak.
Unfortunately for Newcastle, there's a food chain, and Newcastle aren't as big as Liverpool.
It's very tentative for Isak, He's in great position. It's very tentative for the club, how much money they offer to him.
I mean, the Newcastle fans are not going to like this, but I would look at the situation and think, by the way, Liverpool are trying to conquer the world. If they sign Isak, they'll be favourites to win the Champions League.
Into the edge of the box, flicked on Ainsley. Isak! 1-0.
Yeah, it took to understand Liverpool have had what is believed to be a British record offer worth £120 million rejected by Newcastle for Isak. The club ideally want to keep him or find a replacement before agreeing to sell. Yesterday, we heard the news that he's now training alone at his old side in Real Sociedad. talkSPORT's chief football correspondent Alex Crook was in for Jim White earlier today, and he had the details of today's rejected bid.
You don't know the exact figure, but I think safe to surmise it would be a British record bid that Newcastle have rejected. My understanding is that personal terms in terms of Alexander Isak and Liverpool won't be an issue. Is this the first power play? I have to admit, I didn't think Liverpool would necessarily bid until they got to a number that they thought Newcastle would accept. But I guess the flip side of that is you never accept the first offer.
Well, on the back of that, you don't even know this, and I only knew this while that audio was being played. We've got some breaking news. We've got an update on that proposed transfer. So, talkSPORT understands right now, that Liverpool have no plans, as it stands, to bid again for Alexander Isak in this window. Let me just repeat that. We understand, talkSPORT here, that Liverpool have now no more plans, as it stands, to bid again for Isak. The nature of Newcastle's rejection.
Do you believe that?
Let me just read the rest of it out. Sorry. The nature of Newcastle's rejection means that Liverpool will not follow up with a second offer. It was regarded as futile unless Newcastle changed their stance and contact Liverpool. The offer rejected was £110 million plus add-ons. So Liverpool apparently have no more plans to come back with another bid. What do you make of that?
Well, look, that I would find difficult to believe based on the assumption that this is a player that they've identified that they want. They've obviously spoken to his agent, his representatives, his people, whatever, and they have an understanding. Liverpool, of course, they have that Isak would want to go there, and so I'm very surprised to hear that they're not prepared to go again, because the player has got so unsettled now to the point where he's training with someone else. He's not even meeting up with his teammates on pre-season duty. So the hardest bit, in some ways, has already been done by Liverpool. The hardest bit is to somehow get to the point where Newcastle are even listening and are even prepared to maybe enter some kind of negotiation. Now that is helped by the fact that Isak clearly now has made his point and he doesn't want to know. He doesn't want to stay at Newcastle, wants to join Liverpool, which I know is tough for Newcastle fans, but is in the business, it's understandable. As we just heard there in the break, the other guys were talking about, he's got the chance to go and play for an incredible team at the moment that are only getting stronger, only getting bigger right now with all the history that they've had. I'm afraid you've got to accept that the player's head is going to be turned by that. I'm very surprised to hear Liverpool don't want to go any further. Florian Wirtz was 116, and
never a bit more, about 120, I think it was. But
hasn't kicked a ball in the Premier League. Clearly a very talented player, and I'm really looking forward to watching him play. But hasn't played here, hasn't kicked a ball here, hasn't done anything here. Whereas Alexander Isak has shown absolutely his colours and has shown that what he can do, how good he can be, and that he has played in the Premier League and has been able to hack it and handle it and look like being one of the very best in it. So you'd have thought that Liverpool's bid is going to be in some way in excess of what they paid for Florian Wirtz.
How do you think Newcastle fans will react to this news? That's one of the questions I'm going to ask. So Newcastle fans 03717 222334. The reason I asked that, Anne, is because when something like this happens, as a football fan, you go, right, I don't want him. Get rid of him. I don't care. Get him out of the club. He's no good. Sulking, going off to Sociedad. Madness. Don't care. All of a sudden you hear news like this and you go, actually, I've changed my mind. I really love him. I can't wait for him to come back. I'm going to embrace him with open arms. Do you think all Newcastle fans will feel that way?
I think it'll probably be. I mean, look, again, don't want to talk for Newcastle fans, but I would think it would be pretty well evenly split in terms of those that are saying, if you don't want to play for my club, if he wants to go, let him go, get the most money for him, and fire him out the door as quick as you can. There will also be a lot that actually just might go, hold on a minute. How many of these sort of guys are there out there playing in world football right now? How many Isak type players are there out there? There's never been fewer than there is in world football today. Bizarrely, how we've got to that, I don't know. But I don't think there's ever been less top centre forwards playing. I mean, if in Serie A. I think about the Italian teams, the amount of great Italian strikers there were. They don't really have great Italian strikers now. And I don't understand why in world football.
From Liverpool's perspective, do you think they will have something lined up? The reason I ask that is because, of course, after the horrifically sad passing of Diogo Jota, Luis Diaz is leaving, right?
Yeah.
So they are players short. And I just wonder now if they've thought, okay, maybe we've got our eye on, like Sesko to Man United looks like it's moving in the right direction.
Correct.
I wonder if they've looked at that deal and thought, hold on a minute, we can get that for half the price.
We can get him for.
I know nothing.
Less.
I'm just asking, but it's very rare that a club and a player are linked so heavily, so much so that the player says, I'm going to train with my old club.
Yeah.
So much so you think, well, something's happening there. And all of a sudden, for Liverpool to say, that's it, take it or leave it, I think something else might be cooking in the background.
I think Liverpool are too good at what they do in terms of recruitment for them to have put a number on Isak and said to Newcastle, take it or leave it. I genuinely
do you believe them?
I don't believe that. I don't believe that if they bid 110, 120, whatever it is you say it is, that is.
Why would they say it then?
Well, listen, teams are always good. There's always a bit of brinkmanship. There's always a game of poker. Whenever you're in this situation with a player, with a transfer fee, with the amount of money required, there's always a bit of a game to play. But I think if Liverpool were told tomorrow morning the deal, which I think, and it might end up at, is 135 plus add-ons. I think if it's that sort of figure, then I think Newcastle will, as we speak, Eddie Howe and his boys will have identified what they're going to do as a reaction to this if Isak does go. So they'll be thinking about how they best spend the money that they're going to get. But it's not a surprise to see Newcastle turn that down. I'm very surprised if Liverpool are genuinely saying, that is us done.
Okay,
Take it or leave
let
it.
me ask, we're going to go to a break and take calls on the back of it. 03717 222334. Just a few questions, yes or no. Okay.
Go on.
Do you think Liverpool will come back with another bid?
Yes.
Do you think Isak will be a Liverpool player before the season starts?
Yeah.
Okay. Reminder of the breaking news this evening following Liverpool's £110 million bid for Isak earlier today. talkSPORT understands Liverpool now have no more plans, as it stands, to bid again for Isak in this window. The nature of Newcastle's rejection means Liverpool will not follow up with a second offer. We'll take your calls on all the above. Very interesting day in football. 03717 223344. Dial that. You'll be next live on Drive on talkSPORT. At Drive on talkSPORT, me Andy Goldstein and another Andy Townsend. Still to come, we'll be asking when we started over complicating football. Just quickly, Spurs are closing in on loan move for Bayern Munich midfielder João Paulinho. What do you make of that?
Good deal.
I think so.
I think that's a great bit of business. If Thomas Frank can sort that one out,
I agree.
I think we all saw it for him. He's very good.
Southampton have rejected a £27 million bid from Everton for 19-year-old winger Tyler Dibbling. And a reminder of that breaking news this evening following Liverpool's £110 million bid for Isak earlier today. talkSPORT understands Liverpool have no plans, as it stands, to bid again for Isak in this window. We're taking your calls on all the above. 03717 223344. Andy is a Newcastle fan. Andy, good afternoon.
How's it going?
Well, good, man. How are you today? What do you make of that news?
Well, excellent. Well, first thing, I'll take you back slightly. I didn't think Newcastle would let Isak go at all until we started seeing the fiasco at Celtic. when he was sent, in quotes, home with the injury. And then I was thinking to myself, aye, something's going on here.
Okay.
And then I do not think the saga's over. I don't think, because of all the sounds coming out of Liverpool, they will not back away yet. The only scenario that I think would satisfy Newcastle United fans would be if PIF show the teeth and they say, right, Alex, we're offering you a contract, we're going to double your wages, and the proviso is, if we are not in contention for the Champions League at the end of this season, we will listen to offers around the value that we've originally said, around 150 million quid. Take it or leave it.
Yeah, look, there's always a risk involved in that. If you've got big money potentially on the table for a player, it might not materialise that all of a sudden people are going to cough up that sort of money again in 12 months' time. A lot happens in football in a season. It can change very quickly. But Liverpool, the way they do their business, when they want a player, Andy, they usually just go and get it done. There are clubs that drag their heels, take forever to get players over the line, and you think, what are they doing? Get it done. Liverpool aren't one of those. They normally identify someone
and go get it.
Let's go and get it done.
I agree.
Which surprises me if they're sort of if they are suggesting that they're only prepared to go to this 120 mark for Isak. I genuinely think. I don't believe that Newcastle should sell him for that money, because I think he is worth more than that. There are very few of him around, and Liverpool want to be the best. They want to compete with the very best at the top. They got to pay the best money.
Thanks for calling. Got Jake, a Newcastle fan. Hi, Jake.
Hi, you right?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, thank you.
What would you like to say, Jake?
I'm just a bit mind-boggled that Liverpool have pulled out at all, to be honest. Like, it doesn't seem like it's legit. I think they're definitely going to come back with a bid. They're probably just trying to unsettle Isak and hardball us a bit, try and scare us into maybe accepting a cheaper offer. But I'm not sure, really.
What's the number, Jake, for you? What's the number that the Newcastle should take to get it done?
135 to 140, I think, is a fair offer, really and truly.
So,
will you welcome him back if this deal doesn't happen? Will you be happy to see him?
Well, he's not going to be happy to play for Newcastle,
right.
And all I want is players who want to play for the club. So if he has to go, he's got to go. That's it, really.
Okay. Jake, thanks for your call. You know the second game of the season, Newcastle-Liverpool.
Is it really?
At St James's. I know.
Wow.
Paul's a Liverpool fan. Hi, Paul.
All right, chaps, you all right?
We are great. How are you? What do you make of that news, Paul?
The second part of the update, was I right in thinking you said that Newcastle, the nature of Newcastle's rejection says that we're not going to go back again?
Yes.
Reading between the lines, I think Liverpool are trying to play the nice guy here, and they're just going to say, all right, we'll back off until you get somebody else through the door that you know you can replace. We're going to just back off.
What's the benefit of that?
Well, Newcastle need players, don't they? They can't get anyone in.
Yeah, and if Newcastle was sitting there with 140 million quid in their bank, then every player Newcastle are looking at is obviously going to be a little bit dearer, which is what Paul's saying, aren't you, Paul?
Well, unless they can get a replacement, then I don't think they're going to let him go.
Unless a crazy bid comes in, if like a 145 comes in.
Well, they can't say no, can they?
No. Thanks, Paul. That's the problem. I just, it's very weird. You made a very good point. Liverpool do their business so quick. Man City are like that as well, right? There's only a few clubs that identify a player and get it done within 48 hours.
Not bothered about 5 million here, 8 million there.
Yeah.
Just want the player.
I'm very surprised they've said we're not going back in.
Yeah. No, so
if you were doing it, whenever I hear things like this, I always try and relate it back to if I was in that situation. If I was trying to buy a car off someone and I said, I'll give you $5,000, my maximum is $5,000. They want, we want 8. And I go, $5,000, I'm not coming back in. I'm not going to go back in.
See,
I'll make a fool of myself if I go back in, right?
Yeah, Isak now has put all his trust, all his faith in Liverpool getting this deal done.
Yeah, he's been told that they're going to go for him, right?
He's been told they're coming for you big, they're going to make it happen, they're going to do it, which is why he's decided to act the way that he has. If it would have been very different, and if Liverpool had turned around, or someone from Liverpool had turned around to Isak's representatives and said, look, we desperately want the player, but we will not pay 1 penny more than 120. Now all of a sudden Isak will be going, not quite so sure you are going to get me out the door for that.
If that was you, How would you be feeling now? What's your next move?
If I was in Isak's situation and someone said, right, Liverpool desperately want you, they really want you, they ain't going to pay a penny more than 120. He's got a problem. It would be brave. I would suggest slightly foolish to start throwing your toys out the pram and trying to rattle cages because he's worth more than that. If they've just paid 116 for Florian Wirtz, as I've just said, number 9s are so precious in world football. You know when there's a good one out there, you've got to pay over and above and beyond. And I think they must know that.
Stevie's up next, the Man United fan. Hi, Stevie.
Oh, all right, lads. How's it going?
Well, good, man. How are you,
Steve?
All right, mate. Yeah, I think if he doesn't want to go, if he wants to go and Newcastle don't want to let him go, he doesn't go. End of. He's got, 3 years left in his contract?
Yeah.
He doesn't go then. And every time he does something wrong, fine him. Until it gets down to maybe the last year and a half of his contract, 2 years and all that.
I know, but Steve, if you've got a commodity, Steve.
It's supposed to be the richest club in the world.
No. Steve, their owners have got the most amount of money. The club's not the richest club in the world, but they can't spend that money.
I mean, though, don't you? So it's not as though they need the money.
But for financial fair play, they might. But here's my question: if you were sitting on a commodity worth £150 million, you're not just going to let that money.
Oh yes, but I'd want the 150. I'd want the 150. I wouldn't want 135. 145, I'd want the 150. That's the price. Look at Brighton. They always hold up for their price, and they always get it, and more.
I know, but if the two clubs can't agree on a fee, you've got to want Isak to play for your club.
Yeah, I know what he's saying there, no, but I'm just trying to say that if Newcastle don't want to sell him and all, and they keep saying you're not going nowhere, well, just hold out till Liverpool will come in with another bid. No ifs, no buts.
Okay.
Yeah.
They'll come in with another bid, 150 million.
Okay.
That's the price. You rather pay it for the player or you don't.
Okay, thanks, Steve.
Yeah, look, Steve, I get what you're saying. The way Steve's talking there was kind of how deals worked back in the day, my time. Now it's very different, as you said, Andy.
Pounds and shillings a pence, wasn't it, in your time?
Yeah, exactly. Now it is. I mean, players always got unhappy, and I've had people in the dressing room get unhappy because they think they're on the move, and then all of a sudden, for the last minute, it doesn't happen. But I don't think I ever saw anybody actually down tools to the point where they weren't even coming in the building.
The amount of money we're talking about is insane. We literally just go 135 million.
Yes,
and we don't even think about 135 million
pounds.
Absolutely obscene for anything.
It is, but for a club like Liverpool, who are again looking extremely strong, very good, fabulous stadium now, Anfield up to 60,000+ every week. And if you want to be in there winning that Champions League like Real Madrid have won it over the last 10 years, the amount of times they've had it, if you want to be in there, you got to go for the best. You got to have the best players.
So to come, we'll be asking whether Rasmus Højlund still has a future at Manchester United. But first, time for no Googling. Before we talk about Højlund, actually, we want to know who's the highest goal scorer in Premier League history with the initials RH. Who's the highest goal scorer in Premier League history with the initials RH? I was quite impressed I could do that as well.
Good question.
Thank you. Thank you. Took me ages.
Think of that?
Of course I did. This morning on my way in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one else. Definitely not one more Billy. The answer to that and loads more coming up live and drive and talkSPORT in seconds. Stay where you are.
thought Liverpool are preparing a second offer for Alexander Isak. Newcastle rejected their opening offer of £110 million plus add-ons, so just short of £120 million in total, and that's a British record. But the Magpies don't want to sell Isak without having a replacement signed. talkSPORT's chief football correspondent Alex Crook reckons it's a bit late for that.
My understanding is that Alexander Isak has made it pretty clear for a long time now that unless they pay him 300 grand a week plus, he isn't going to sign a new contract. So there's always a danger, and I reported it in March, that he was Liverpool's dream transfer target, that someone would come in. So should they not have acted more quickly to source a potential replacement? Should they not have got that deal done already?
For all the latest transfer lines, head to our website's live blog. Elsewhere today, the Lions are going for a clean sweep in the third and final test tomorrow morning, and that's live on talkSPORT. It's as Australia's been dealt another injury blow with hooker Dave Porecki out. Former Lion Gordon Darcy reckons we're in for an exciting finale.
There's a really high chance that we actually get another belter of a match because both teams are freed up now. It's a free roll of the dice. The game is decided. The series is decided. They can actually go and have a bit of fun and see does that actually free up players.
For more on these stories, head to talksport.com.
We'll be talking cricket in a moment, but first, the answer to the no Googling question. Oh, by the way, it's me, Andy Goldstein Andy Townsend, with drive time. Who is the highest goal scorer in Premier League history with the initials RH? You ready for a clue?
Yes,
Right,
I am. So I haven't got a clue.
First name, write down this. First name is what you put sometimes on your fruit salad. You can get a Greek version of this.
Yogurt.
That's his first name. And the last... That's it.
That's his first name?
Yeah.
Well, he said it's RH.
Just write yogurt down, all right?
Okay.
Okay, and his second name is... we call it a phone box, but in America they call it a phone. Also begins with B.
Booth.
All right.
Yogurt Booth.
That's his name.
So it's...
Read it out. Read it out.
Yogurt Booth.
That's his name.
Robert Huth.
Got it in one.
Got it. I like it.
Still to come, we'll be joined by the beer mile world record holder. Hold on.
What is the beer mile?
Hold on. Is that Hawksby and Jacobs script? Is that our show, is it? Okay.
What is a beer mile world record?
When he runs a mile and necks a beer. No, he runs a quarter of a mile, necks a beer, another quarter, necks a beer, another quarter, necks a beer, last mile.
Right. Does he have to have another one when he gets over the line?
Probably.
Right.
Right, there's been a wicket at the Oval. Let's speak to someone who has one beer and falls over. Sam Ellard is watching England against India in the fifth and final test.
Completely unfair. It's a beer and a half, and then maybe I'm falling over. England have lost their 8th wicket. 235 for 8. Gus Atkinson goes for 11. A short ball from Krishna. Atkinson trying to pull the ball, just doesn't get hold of it. Picks out the fielder, Akash Deep at mid-on. So Harry Brooks still there unbeaten on 41. Josh Tongue has still come to the crease. England might be 8 down, but this will be the last partnership of the innings. That's that's because Chris Wokes will not be batting because of his shoulder injury. So the final wicket partnership for England at 235 for 8. They're leading by 11.
Sam, before you go, just a sort of update from yesterday's show. I'll explain to Andy and our listening millions who might have missed a bit of it. Yesterday when Sam was on, we were talking about Sam on dating apps, Tinder and Hinge.
Right.
And throughout the show, he got a couple of hooks. How did you follow them up?
A couple of what?
Hooks.
What's a hook?
You know, like when someone when you're fishing.
Someone has a nibble, Sam, at you.
Wow, crikey, Andy. We didn't get any of that. Don't be so silly.
No, that's not me being rude. Like, you got someone wrote to you, like, sent you a DM or something.
Yeah,
Hooks,
sure.
H-double-O-K.
I'm going to be honest with you. As of 24 hours ago,
yeah,
there's not much to update, Andy. I'm sorry.
Nothing.
No, it's early days. We've got to, you can't just rush in there and be a bit too much. So we're playing it cool. Maybe next week, Andy, I'll have an update.
Let's
for
ask
you.
Andy Townsend for some advice.
Okay, this should be good.
Sam, that sounds like a custard pie. That to me, that's been
No, there was
thrown
no
at you.
custard pie.
No. So
there was no custard pie.
you're playing it very, very cool.
Yeah, there was a few pleasantries. Hey, how you doing? What are you up to this weekend? But nothing more to report.
What did you answer when they said, what are you up to this weekend?
I just lied. I pretended I was really busy.
What did you say?
No, I said I'm working. I'm covering the cricket, aren't I? I've got to be across.
You didn't say that, did you?
Well, that's what I'm doing, though. You can't lie, can you? What do you want me to do?
That's exactly what you 100% what you got to do. Don't say you're watching cricket.
Well, that's my job, isn't it? What would you have said?
I used to say I was a dolphin trainer.
A dolphin trainer.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Next time someone asks, I'll say I'm going to play with dolphins.
Okay. Before we let you go, any more runs to talk about?
Yeah, Harry Brook has literally just stepped across to the offside. You don't care, do you?
Yeah, no, of course I do. I can see it on the screen. That's why I asked.
All right, good. Mohamed Siraj coming into Harry Brook. Harry Brook stepping across into the offside. And as he falls over, he slog sweep Mohamed Siraj over the leg side boundary for a 6. Brook moves on to 47. England 241 for 8.
Good
the
work.
lead now 17.
Let's get you a date before the show's out.
How good would that be, eh?
That would be good. If you want to date Sam, send in no more than 10 words why you should date Sam.
Can they send it to me and you, and then we'll...
Yeah, send it on 81089. We'll read them out.
Yeah.
Okay? Exactly. Why you should be dating Sam in no more than 10 words. And then we'll put them to him. Maybe we can get him a date. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Would never happen. Right, let's talk about Man United. Striker Rasmus Højlund has said that he wants to stay and fight for his place at the club. That is despite being linked with a move to RB Leipzig today. He scored 26 goals in 95 games for the club since he was there in 2023. And he's given some interesting comments whilst on a pre-season tour in America. He said, I'm still very young. People sometimes forget that. I'm only 22. I've learned a lot. And I think that shows in my game. I've done very well so far during the pre-season. I want to stay here. I think my plan is very clear. And that is for me to stay at United. I want to fight for my spot, whatever happens. Now, United have been linked with a new striker in Benjamin Sesko. How does that make you feel if you are someone like Rasmus? Does that make you want to fight even more? Competition is good, right? You always want competition.
Well, look, Rasmus Højlund would have expected, and is still expecting someone to walk through the door and become the new darling at Old Trafford, the one that everybody wants to watch, the one that the season ahead is going to rely very much upon, a centre forward that can score goals on a reasonably regular basis. With Cunha and Mbeumo, good players that have come in, no question, but they need a number 9. I admire Andy Rasmus Højlund's attitude, and there's a bit that I do admire about him, that he, despite having a really tough time last season, and it was quite painful at times having to watch him try and lead the line for Man United, I admire the fact that he stuck at it and kept getting himself out there and didn't duck it, and all of a sudden wasn't injured for 6 months and no one's ever seen him. No, he just kept trying to be the answer to their problems. Now, he's not that. I don't think he'll ever be good enough for Manchester United to lead the line on a consistent basis. If he stays and they get someone through the door, the best thing United can do for him is send him out on loan somewhere, for him to get...
But don't you think our views on him are very different? I think if someone like Sesko comes in, it'd be a great opportunity for him to learn from someone like that, but also it takes so much pressure off him.
It'll take... Look,
he's United's number 9, right? It's his duty to get the goals.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure to deal with if you're a young kid.
Yes, it is. It is a lot of pressure, and clearly it was too much for him.
Yeah.
Coming in, I don't think there's any centre-forward shirt weighs heavier than the one at Old Trafford, really. I don't think so, because of the...
There's a few out of, but I know what you mean.
But do you know what I mean? They've had so
Barcelona's
much
10 is quite big, but...
But
I understand. I'm being facetious. I know what you mean.
I'm suggesting, because of where United have been recently and where they once were, the responsibility on that shirt is huge, and I don't think Rasmus Højlund is good enough for that shirt. I'll be absolutely honest. His basics, I don't believe are strong enough. I would have thought. I come into the studio today and I said to you, "What do you think about?" And you said to me, "Well, look, he's physically strong and he's a big, strong guy."
You poo-pooed me.
Well, because I see him easily brushed off the ball. I see his technique letting him down when the ball comes into him to hold it up and drop it off to others.
I love his fight. His determination is amazing.
Listen, his determination and that, I will agree with you. You can't fault that, and but I'm afraid you can go and... there will be 100 that could do that around the world. I've spoke about the dearth of strikers.
Dearth?
The dearth of strikers.
That's a great word to use.
No, I heard that.
Put that in another sentence for me. Dearth.
There's a dearth of good presenters here at talkSPORT.
Dearth?
Yeah.
How are you spelling dearth? I've never heard that before. How are you spelling dearth?
Dearth, DEARTH, I would imagine.
That's death, isn't it?
No.
Oh, there's an R in it.
R in there.
Dearth.
Dearth of top strikers around the world, right?
I like that.
There is. And so I personally would have thought for Rasmus Højlund, get out, go and just feel the relief, the weight off your shoulders, go and score some goals, and who knows, there may be a future that way. I think, look, do you think the United faithful would expect him to start the season where we are today, 2 weeks away?
Well, they expect him to, unless United get Sesko, right? But I just feel there's a sort of love. I personally, and United fans can tell me if I'm right or wrong. I just thought, do you remember Diego Forlan when he was at United? Couldn't score for toffee.
No.
But United sort of loved him.
But run his socks off. Always gave everything he's got.
Yeah.
Darwin Núñez at Liverpool is also another player that absolutely runs hard and works hard, and people are desperate for him to get the numbers, but he probably never will. So,
do you think Rasmus would be a top striker?
I think he can improve certainly on where he's been, just purely with some confidence. But I don't see him getting that confidence at Old Trafford. The club is still rebuilding. The club is still trying to
last
emerge
season
from where they've been.
Last season when he was 22, he got 14 goals in 62 games. Only at that age, Palmer and Saka scored more in the Premier League.
And when Joe told me some of those numbers before, and I'm sure the coaching staff at United are constantly reminding him of those and saying, look, despite what's said or what's written or what you're hearing, listen, we believe in you and your numbers suggest, and we think you can improve on that if you do this, if you do that. But Ruben Amorim, after having what he's experienced at Old Trafford last season, can't wait. You can't wait at Man United for players to develop, and they've got to either step up or, I'm afraid, they've got to be replaced. And I'm just not convinced that Rasmus Højlund's got enough in his locker to ever be the main man at Man United.
United fans and football fans, if you want to have your say on anything Mr. Townsend said, then you can pick up the phone 03717223334. When we come back, we'll talk a bit of horse racing, we'll talk of the return of the EFL, and then from 5 we're talking Erling Haaland. In fact, maybe I'll ask this question now, you can throw it up early. Whenever we talk about Harry Kane, right, I think you and I both agree, majority of people do, he's an absolute superstar, genius.
Of course he is.
Some people say he's not. Right. I don't get it, but they do. If you don't rate Haaland, phone up. I think you're a madman if you do, or mad woman.
Yes.
If you do phone up and say he's no good, he's just...
How can you not rate Erling Haaland?
Some people say he's not a good footballer, he's just a goal scorer, which is insane.
Which everyone wants.
Yeah, but we'll talk about Erling Haaland. If that's you, if you don't see what all the fuss is about, 03717223334. A bit later on, we'll talk about the best of talkSPORT, and I'll plug my brand new podcast with Jason Cundy, 21 minutes to go. Have you heard that yet?
No, I haven't heard it. How's it going?
It's very good.
Is it good?
We're 3 episodes in.
Right, I will have a listen.
So you only need 63 minutes to listen to all of it.
Good shout.
Available to download now. Why don't you download it in this break?
I will download it.
Do you promise me?
I'll listen to it on a train on the way home.
Yeah, but you've got to download it now. Will you do that?
I'll download it on the train.
Why don't we download it now?
I don't know.
Okay.
But you go at this break, you show me how to download it and I'll do it.
Okay. Make sure you download it as well. 21 minutes to go with me and Candy. More from me and the superstar that is Andy Townsend right after this. Sharp on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein Andy Townsend. You like this music?
What is it, Andy?
I don't know. Just library stuff. What was your dance when you got married? What was your wedding song?
Oh, God.
Dear.
It was...
I predict the
Al
riot.
Green.
Al Green?
Yeah. And what's the name? One of his most famous songs.
Moonlighting?
No.
Some fly by night.
No. Let's Stay Together.
Let's stay together. You still with her?
Stay together. And we're still together.
Good, okay.
40 years.
Don't sound too happy about
40
it.
years this year.
40 years. What's the old joke? Been married 30 happy years. Been married for 40, but 30 of them happy. 40 years.
4-0.
When was that? Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
When was that?
When was that?
Yeah.
So May 1985.
Yeah, but... May. Okay, what'd you get her?
Not a lot, if I remember rightly.
She's a lucky woman, isn't she?
Listen,
she's got
you know, in any deal, like it's Newcastle. In any deal, right? Newcastle and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Newcastle and Liverpool. Someone gets the best deal.
Who got
right?
Who got the best?
In
She
any
got
marriage,
the best deal. Yeah.
Someone gets the best deal. I would suggest Mrs. Goldstein.
Yeah. She's got the best deal.
She didn't get the best deal.
No, she's got the best deal because look.
She's
look
just got her head down.
Look
and
at me.
with it.
She did what? You dare say that about my wife. If only.
Yeah.
Right, still to come, we'll be asking when we started complicated ball. Just quickly, Wrexham are set to sign centre-back Connor Cody from Leicester. A reminder that we have some breaking news this evening following Liverpool's £110 million bid for Isaac early today. talkSPORT understands that Liverpool have no plans as it stands to bid again for him in this window. Right, time now for this.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. Check out Paddy's latest offers on the Paddy Power app or at paddypower.com. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Right, day 4 of Glorious Goodwood. I don't know if it's glorious with the weather at the moment. We can find out more because here with the latest news and the odds and the weather is Frank Hickey from Paddy Power. Frank, hello.
Hi, Andy. How are you?
I'm good, Frank. Before we have a chat, I noticed when you were waiting for me to come on, you picked up a pint of orange juice. You having a little drink of that? Is that right?
Yeah. Just a
pint of orange juice.
Well.
That's a big old drink, that is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad we had that chat. Right, off you go, Frank. Talk Glorious Goodwood to me.
Yeah, look, tomorrow the highlight in the card is the Stewards Cup at 3:05. Paddy Power playing 6 places. Last year's winner, Get It, who won this year's Woking, will attempt to make off in stall 27. I'm just not sure that's the place to be drawn. The two I'm going to focus on are Puro Sang, who, despite being near the top of the market at 15-2, I think there's a lot of strong claims for him. He's rated 101, was sent off favourite last year, but he was only a 3-year-old. The fast ground and the draw against him last year. I think he's drawn better this year, and the ease in the ground is definitely going to suit him. He's definitely well handicapped off a mark of 101, and the twice he got soft ground last year, he ran really well when placed and listed in Group 3 company. The other one at a price I'm going to put up is Run Boy Run, with a first-time visor back to 6 furlongs after 2 runs at 7 furlongs. He's drawn 19, which might not be ideal, but his mark of 93 I think is workable. This year he was narrowly beaten at Newcastle twice, Newmarket and Newbury, and it's the close fourth at Newmarket off a mark of 92, which is really interesting as he had More Thunder and Amram just in front of him, and those two were really progressive this season. More Thunder won the Bunbury Cup, and it's really strong form. I think he's going to try and lead, and hopefully he can get across to the far rail, and then he's got a big chance he can manage to get that from the draw. He's around 20-1. On the supporting card, the Lily Lantry Stakes at 2:30 is a very interesting race. Last year's winner, Terms of Engagement, will be popular, but the one I'm going to side with is the 3-year-old Warda getting the 3-year-old allowance. She's stepping up from 10 furlongs to a mile 6. Her stamina is in question, but she was extremely impressed with winning at Goodwood on soft ground over 10 furlongs last time. Ease in the ground is important to her, and she will be much shorter if you're guaranteed she was going to stay a mile 6, but that's the question mark. I think she'll stay. Her sire postponed has sired Stairs, and her dam is by New Approach. She'd be very hopeful she'll get the trip. If she does, she's a big player, and I can see her shortening up considerably.
Frank, we lost you there. Can you just repeat all that? No,
he'll need more than a pint of orange juice to repeat himself on that.
Any vodka in that orange juice?
There might be in the minute now. Friday evening. I'm ready to clock off. So
there's no need for that language.
Yes.
Frank, listen, thanks so much for coming on. Have a great weekend. We'll speak to you soon.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks. A big thanks to Frank. Remember, if you want to keep up to date with all the latest racing news, Paddy Power's From the Horse's Mouth podcast is available every week. You can download the latest episode from your usual podcast provider now. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Sport. Check out Paddy's latest offers on the Paddy Power app or at paddypower.com. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Right, time now to look ahead to the return of the EFL with the Fantasy EFL game.
EFL preview on talkSPORT with the Fantasy EFL game. 72 EFL clubs, 72 season tickets up for grabs. Download it today and use the code TSPORT12 to join the talkSPORT League.
Yes, the EFL returns tonight as Luton host Wimbledon. It's live and exclusive over on talkSPORT 2. Then tomorrow you can hear Cardiff against Peterborough and Bradford v Wickham before Stockport take on Bolton on Sunday. Again, those are live over on talkSPORT 2. And, of course, the easiest way to keep across all of it is to download the talkSPORT app and swipe between all of our stations. Andy, let's focus on tonight's game. Luton, of course, they go into this season on the back of, I'm laughing, I shouldn't, consecutive relegations. How important is it that they get off to a good start? I mean, I can't for the life of me see them being in trouble again this season, but I probably said that last season. And things have just gone from really, really bad to horrific.
Amazing what's happened to Luton. What a story to get to the Premier League, and then their fall from grace has been even greater. Really, it's just been amazing. Look, sincerely hope they manage to get up and running, get off to a decent start. Decent start gives everyone a bit of confidence, bit of stability. The fans have a bit of belief. All the Luton fans have seen for the last couple of years is their team getting beat more often than not.
Yeah.
So they need to kind of turn that round and get a little bit of momentum behind them rather than everything coming at them, So hopefully they'll get off to a good start.
It is, promotion back to the Championship's the only aim for a club like that. It's the aim for every club down there. But realistically, we talk about how tough it is to get out of the Championship into the Prem. What's it like in this division?
Well, again, I've only ever been in a Championship team trying to get back getting into the Premier League with Middlesbrough, and I think always the EFL is such a great watch because it's relentless. The nature of it is it's so demanding physically on smaller squads, on lesser resources. So it is very, very difficult, but it's always a compelling watch. Usually the teams as the further down you go, the teams that are able to pay their players the better wages, they get better quality all round, and they're the ones that usually prevail. We'll have to wait and see exactly how it all ends up for teams like Luton, but they were a great story in the Premier League. Seeing all those great players from the Premier League going to Little Kenilworth Road was a great watch in lots of ways. It was a different kind of test for them. So I'd like to see Luton hopefully get off to a good start, and you never know.
Okay. Now to look ahead to the EFL action with the Fantasy EFL game. 72 EFL clubs, 72 season tickets up for grabs. Download it today and use the code talkSPORT. Sorry, let me start again. Use the code TSPORT12. TSPORT12 to join the talkSPORT League.
EFL preview on talkSPORT with the Fantasy EFL game. 72 EFL clubs, 72 season tickets up for grabs. Download it today and use the code TSPORT12 to join the talkSPORT League.
When we come back, we'll be talking about Erling Haaland. Apparently, all he does is just score goals. What do you make of that? Anyone out there not rating, we'll do 03717 223344. And Andy Townsend will be telling us an alternate use for a microwave.
like Liverpool won't be making a second offer for Alexander Isak in this window. Newcastle rejected their opening offer of £110 million plus add-ons, so just short of 120 mil in total, and that's a British record. The Magpies have made it clear that they don't want to sell Isak without having a replacement signed. Andy Townsend finds this update difficult to believe, though.
They have an understanding, Liverpool, of course they have, that Isak would want to go there. And so I'm very surprised to hear that they're not prepared to go again, because the player has got to so unsettled now to the point where he's training with someone else. He's not even meeting up with his teammates on pre-season duty.
Elsewhere today, Sunderland have signed goalkeeper Robin Roos from NEC Nijmegen. Rangers have brought Mikey Moore to Ibrox on a season-long loan from Tottenham. As for Spurs, they've agreed a deal with Bayern for João Palhinha. And it's understood Everton are pursuing a deal for Tyler Dibling, but are well below Southampton's current valuation. The Toffees' initial approach was in the 27 mil region, but the Saints want 40 mil. For all the latest transfer lines, head to our website's live blog. Elsewhere today, the Lions are going for a clean sweep in the third and final test tomorrow morning, and that's live on talkSPORT. It's as Australia's been dealt another injury blow with hooker Dave Porecki out. Former Lion Gordon Darcy reckoned we're in for an exciting finale.
There's a really high chance that we actually get another belter of a match, because both teams are freed up now. It's a free roll of the dice. The game is decided. The series is decided. They can actually go and have a bit of fun and see, does that actually free up players?
Meanwhile, we're told Louis Rees-Zammit will be welcomed back to rugby with open arms. The 24-year-old's coming home after not quite making it as an NFL running back. His former Wales winger, Alex Cuthbert.
He wanted to try a dream, and it obviously hasn't quite worked out, but he's still going to offer an awful lot to rugby and rugby union and Welsh rugby. I think, he's a player we definitely need within that team.
For more on these stories, head to talksport.com.
Welcome back to hour 2 of Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, the other Andy Townsend.
Nonsense.
There's nothing for that. Nonsense. Still to come, we'll be joined by the beer mile world record holder.
Look forward to that.
Are you going to go and do the beer thing?
Do you want me to do it?
I don't know what the latest is with that, but the producer says
so
no.
What? Right,
producer went like this.
Yeah.
No one about.
Good shout.
Maybe I'll come down and video. I'll come down and video you.
No, yeah.
We'll do it. Why don't we both go together?
How did that event even start? Who thought this is a good idea?
Which one?
How about we run a lap?
Oh, that one.
And then we neck a bottle of beer.
There's some Nutsville records out there, isn't there?
I mean, there are some. I mean, that's up there, isn't it?
Fastest eating of single baked beans in a minute. How many?
Single baked beans in a minute.
Yeah, with a toothpick, by the way. Toothpick.
107.
709.
How long's a toothpick?
Just made that up. Right, Erling Haaland spoke about being criticised for scoring goals. Are we overcomplicating football?
Now Nico O'Reilly making his way forward. Haaland! 1-1.
Once upon a time, Haaland's the best striker in the world. Last year, he came in for a lot of criticisms.
The first player to be involved in 100 Premier League goals in fewer than 100 Premier League appearances. That is extraordinary.
To find a player like Erling is so difficult to find strikers in that level.
He's here for 10 years. What could he finish on?
300.
Haaland heads the ball round the keeper. Is he going to tuck it in for 3? Oh, magnificent! Erling Haaland!
300s has been. Man City striker Erling Haaland has been spitting the Time magazine as their cover star this month. He has some very interesting things to say about some of the criticism. I can't believe he gets any. He's coming in for during his time in England. He's scored 85 Premier League goals in 97 games. He's the only player in history to reach 100 goal contributions, that's goals and assists, in less than 100 Premier League games as well. Speaking of Time magazine, he said, if you're a tapping merchant, that means you're scoring a lot of goals. No, I like it if people call me a tapping merchant. I love it. That means you're doing something right. That's a lot other people can't do. Just to give you some sort of idea of where Erling Haaland is. So he's currently got 85 goals in 97 games. 15 away from 100. It took Shearer 124 games.
Okay.
Kane 141 and Aguero 147.
Henry? How many? Henry?
I haven't got Henry.
They haven't got. I think the guy said beforehand he was
160. I've just been told.
160. There you go. Yeah. Now I regard Thierry as the best striker I've ever witnessed in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And this guy could be getting to 100 in not far short of half the games that Thierry did it in. I still think there's more to come from Erling Haaland, and I don't think the way City played last year did him any favours, personally.
Okay.
There were too many games when I remember watching thinking, he's literally not hardly
Involved.
touched the ball.
Yeah.
Did you ever? I mean, you're sitting there when you're watching at home.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're thinking, Erling Haaland's hardly had a touch.
Because he doesn't come deep like Kane, that's why. He's waiting for that final ball.
But also when he was in Germany, teams used to knock it in behind, and he would give people 5 yards hand and sprint past them and then smash it in from the edge of the box. We haven't quite seen quite so many of those last year. We saw a few of them season before. Look, he's an incredible player.
But
I think if City go a bit more direct, I think he can regularly score somewhere mid-30s to knocking 40s a season. He's that sort of player.
Why do you think he comes in for criticism?
Well, I think he gets criticised. I said, I don't think the way that the team played last year did him any favours at all. I just don't think he was involved enough. I don't care how good you are. People used to say about Jimmy Greaves. I never saw Jimmy Greaves in the flesh, but everyone that I know in football land who speaks about Jimmy Greaves just said he was the greatest finisher you've ever seen. And often could come off the field without a bead of sweat on him. One of those sort of types.
And all he did was score goals.
And all he did was score goals, some sensational ones, by the way, as well. But I think last season the way City were playing, I felt was a bit slow and and didn't suit him. And when City get bogged down on the edge of the opponent's 18-yard box, it's sometimes hard for him to go anywhere, to run anywhere, to know where to run.
Okay, let me ask you this: apart from, and it's going to sound silly me asking, because I don't really care if my striker only scores goals. I do not care. If I've got a striker, he scored 36, 27, 22 per season.
Yeah.
Right? 36 goals, 27, 22. If he keeps that record up for me, I don't care if he has no other involvement in 90 minutes of any game other than just scoring. It makes no difference, right? But some would say that he doesn't offer anything else in that team apart from.
We'll always have fans and opinion that would suggest that he could do more, he should be doing more of this, more of that. You ask any, more importantly about than me and you or any City fans or any football fans out there, you ask any of his teammates and they will be perfectly cool with the fact that he only scores goals. Because they're the guys that make the difference. They're the guys genuinely in world football. These are the people that absolutely make the difference. Your strikers. If you've got someone up there that has just that ability to score on a regular basis. Mo Salah's numbers last season, I think, were ridiculous. And Mo has games when sometimes he looks like he's not quite there, but you just take that for granted that when all of a sudden in a 10-minute spell, he might go and get a couple of goals and just change the dynamic of the game completely. That's what Erling Haaland does. I personally feel they should hit him earlier. I personally feel they should involve him quicker. Not all the time, but occasionally. And I think they get even more out of him.
Do you think sometimes we're in danger of overcomplicating football? So, and by that I mean you'll talk about a player, right? And we hear so many stats about runs off the ball, completed passes, assists, pre-assists. We've got pre-assists now.
Correct.
All these, he's running stats. Doesn't run as far as.
Yeah.
Do we go a little bit over the top now?
Yes, we do, because we're in a day and age in football now where we have stats thrust in front of us morning, noon, and night. players are being encouraged to look at their numbers, look at their stats, watch their own performances. And you know, I do sometimes think it's a bit of overkill. I do think in Pep Guardiola, City have a particular type of manager that is so specific and so specialist in what he does and the way that he wants his team to play. It won't suit everyone. It won't. I mean, if you'd have asked me 18 months ago, do I think Jack Grealish will be going anytime soon? I'd have said, you're joking. He's been playing out unbelievable for City when they were on the winning the treble. And then all of a sudden, not long later, Jack's now surplus. And because they've had an average season by their very high standards last time round, they need to go down a different road. I hope City, in fact, I hope a lot of teams this year, and I do get fed up with too many teams playing too slowly and too predictably. I hope the teams that come up as well, the 3 promoted teams, I hope they're prepared to go a little bit more direct and a little bit more blatant now and again, rather than trying to out-football teams that are clearly much better at it than them. But for City, get him involved a bit quicker, get him involved more. Don't be afraid to go and ask him to
Why get him? I mean, he's doing what he's paid to do, score goals.
Yes, he is. But I actually think...
If you were his manager, would you say, come on, do a bit more?
I wouldn't. I'm not asking him to necessarily do any more, because he actually... When City have got when Ruben Dias has got the ball at the back and he's knocking it into someone in the middle of the park and it's coming back, and Erling Haaland ain't making a run. He's not drifting from one side then running across the other. He's doing nothing. He's just walking around.
Yeah.
Because he knows now they're not going to hit me from back to front anytime soon. They just don't do that. So he doesn't waste any energy charging about all over the place. He just stands there and waits till the moment when he connects with De Bruyne or Gundogan or someone in the middle of the park to make a move and make a run. But most of his stuff now is within the width of the penalty box. I just think that when I look at Mbappe at his best, and he's not been at his best at Real Madrid, to be fair, but when I've looked, even Ousmane Dembele at PSG, right, who's at Barcelona was so hit and miss and must have been so frustrating to work with and watch, because you just never knew what you're going to get. All of a sudden, those guys, when they take off and they really go, and someone drops it in behind the back four, there's no catching them, no stopping them, and I think Erling Haaland has got the confidence and belief in his finishing that if he was presented with more opportunities like that, I think he could get even more goals.
If you were writing his score report, would you write on it could do more?
I would say I
would write perfect. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
would you write could do more?
I just think there is still. He's 20. What is he?
22. 25.
25, I was going to say. He's 25, Erling Haaland, so he still hasn't even... He's 3 years away probably from the peak in all round in terms of experience and everything he knows about the game. He's probably 2 or 3 years away from that. I think he can score more than he has in his best year. What would I write? I'd write...
could do more?
Needs more assistance.
Needs more assistance. Okay,
right. I would.
Listen, we'll take calls. I'd love to hear. We've done it with Harry Kane, and we've had so many people phone up and say, "I just don't rate him. He's not world class," which I think is bonkers. But everyone's got their view. That's why we love football. Give me your. I want you to phone up if you don't see what all the fuss is about with Erling Haaland.
How can anyone possibly not see what the fuss is about?
You'll get them. You'll get them. We had it with Kane. You'll get them. 037. If you want to tell Andy that you don't understand what we're talking about, 03717223334. And also, when did we start overcomplicating football? And if you play Saturday and Sunday football, does your manager come out and try to replicate what Pep's doing?
I bet they all do.
Of course they do.
I'd love to hear some of them stories.
Too much. There you go. Those stories. And if you don't fancy Haaland like we do, 03717 223344. My switchboard is empty. So if you pick up the phone and dial first, you will be next. Drive on talkSPORT, me Andy Goldstein Andy Townsend sat in front of me. Still to come, we'll be asking if Sean Dyche gets the respect he deserves. Are you a Dyche or a Dyche?
Dyche. I think I've always
You're a
called.
Dyche, okay. Pardon?
I think I've always called Sean Dyche, yeah.
Okay. A reminder of the breaking news this evening following Liverpool's £110 million bid for Isak earlier today. talkSPORT understands Liverpool have no more plans as it stands to bid again for him. Spurs, they're closing in. What?
Sorry,
you think they'll go? I think they'll go back.
I
just think it's weird to say it though.
That leaves the kid like completely high and dry. I don't believe that's the case. I think they know they'll have
I reckon they've already phoned him up and said, "Look, come back, don't worry, we won't leave you there." Spurs are closing in on a loan move for Bayern Munich midfielder João Paulinho. If that happens, by the way, in the show, we'll let you know about it. We'll take your calls about football when we started overcomplicating it and why. 03717223344. And also, if someone just doesn't understand why we all think Haaland's a genius. Charlie's a Liverpool fan. Hi, Charlie. You right, Chaz?
Hello, hi, Vanna. Good afternoon, gents. How are you?
I'm good.
Charlie.
How are you? Are you all right? You well today?
I'm not so bad, thank you. I'm not so bad.
Good.
Driving home.
All right. What's the highlight of your weekend going to be, Charlie?
Sitting at home, relaxing with the wife and kids.
That's nice.
Nice.
Okay. Are they aware of this?
Pardon?
Are they aware of that as well?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
Okay.
yet.
I hope it's their highlight.
Yeah.
Right, Chaz, what would you like to say? You're a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan. I understand the hype around the Haaland, but my point of view is Haaland needs other people around him to obviously be world class. But one question I wanted to ask you, Andy, as a United fan, would you either have Haaland over the likes of Ruud, the fan of the Van Nistelrooy? Ruud is more of a complete player. He's more of a player that could do something out of nothing, whereas Haaland needs other creative players in order to score.
Well, in that Man United side, I think Haaland would have scored just as many goals.
No, he wouldn't have.
You don't think so?
No chance.
Oh, why'd you say
because
that?
Because I don't think Rasmus Højlund is a natural. Ruud van Nistelrooy is a natural finisher.
Why have you said Rasmus Højlund? Ruud van Nistelrooy is asking.
Yeah, Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Or Haaland.
I was talking about Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
I thought he was comparing him with.
Oh, no, Rasmus is gone.
Højlund.
No.
I beg your pardon.
I think
Sorry,
if Haaland would have been in that Man United team instead of Ruud, they would have scored just as many goals.
I think now I'm with you. Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. Apologies.
Charlie, does that answer your question?
Yeah, but my question kind of is, obviously, does Ruud help other people score more goals? So was he more of a team player? Haaland perhaps may have scored as many goals. There may be a few more, but the Ruud was more assists or helping the team build and score.
Yeah.
Haaland, there is just pure goals.
Yes, fair enough.
It's a good shout, Charlie. In my mind, I see Van Nistelrooy moving more than and it was a different game, different era. I see Van Nistelrooy on the move more than what I see Erling Haaland. When I'm watching him, when I'm commentating.
Who would you
matches.
rather have? I mean, for me, it's a flip of a coin. There's no wrong answer here.
No.
Ruud's a genius. Haaland's a
Ruud
genius.
was an incredible finisher, but I just think Haaland is a total goal machine. So I would probably just go with him. But again, different eras, different type of player. Van Nistelrooy, I think. Remember that goal, Anne, when he tapped it ever so. Ruud van Nistelrooy scored an unbelievable goal. Long run.
He started in Man United's half.
Must have had about 30 touches of the ball,
it was
just
Old
literally
Trafford,
touching it, trying to invite challenges, and eventually just scooped it past the goalie. But brilliant player.
Jack is a Chelsea fan. Hi, Jack.
Hi, guys. How are you?
We're great.
Good,
How are you?
Jack.
What's the highlight of your weekend going to be, Jack?
Probably I'm playing in my first golf tournament on Sunday. So
nice one.
Would you play off?
I'm not very good. I play off 22 at the moment.
Okay, well, I say that's interesting because I'm 21 and I say, well, okay, but you class it as not very good, do you?
I don't know. I play with some quite good people, so I'm sort of the... my old man's quite good, so I play with him and he beats me most weeks.
Okay, but I think you improve quicker if you play with better players.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you know what? You might be onto something there.
What's your best 18 holes?
90. I shot 90 the other week. I play it quite a hard course. I got my first hole in one about a month ago as well. So
I hate people like you, Jack. Are you serious?
I've been playing a year. Yeah, I got my first hole in one. It was a par 3 10th. It was probably the best day of my life.
Do you know, Jack? You can join the Hole in One club. I'm sure your dad or other people have told you.
I didn't know this.
You can join once you get Hole in One. If it's verified by others. You can become a member of the Hole-in-One club and you get a tie and a fancy,
Jack, let me ask you some questions about the Hole-in-One. First, have you still got the ball?
Yes, I've still got the ball.
Did you buy everyone drinks?
I actually got away with it. There was no one at the clubhouse. For the people I was playing with, I got drinks, but that was it.
Okay. Nice. And describe it to me. Was it the perfect one? It bounced twice and went in, or did it hit a rock, hit a tree, and then fly in?
Do you know what? It wasn't the best of days. It was the 10th hole. We stopped on the turn. It was going really badly, so I got a beer and a pie. I went on to the 10th. It was a 157-yard par 3, 7-iron. As soon as it left the club, I knew it had a chance. And it just rolled up. And as I went up to it, I couldn't see it on the green. And my old man was saying, it's gone off the back. It's gone off the back. So I had to wait for him to take his shot. And as I started walking up, I said, no, I'm sure it's not off the back. And I didn't know it was a hole in one until I actually went and checked the cup.
Good that.
You know, the only thing that's better than that is your dad got one.
Yes.
That'd have been so funny if he hadn't and you'd got one after just a year.
It took him 25 years, though. It took me a year. So it's, I'm not very liked by friends at the moment. But...
Or me for that matter, Jack. What would you like to say? Well done, by the way. What would you like to say, Jack?
Oh, thank you. You were mentioning about Haaland and then also about whether the sort of Man City effect trickled down at an amateur level. And it just made me think. I often go or take or watch my younger brother play football. He's 13 at the moment. And he plays up front with his best friend for this team. He's been there a few years now. And this manager treats it like it's the Champions League final. He's getting them playing 3-5-2. The centre-backs are splitting at goal kicks. They've got a false 9. He's barking instruction at these kids, and they don't have the technical ability to pull it off. And it's hilarious to almost watch.
Are they winning?
They're doing well. They've got good players, but it just doesn't work. The amount of times the goalkeeper will go 5 yards short to a centre-back and they'll lose the ball, it's a nightmare. And what makes it even better is just on the Haaland thing. I mean, my younger brother and his best friend are the two biggest lads in their year. They look like 16, 17-year-olds. They're almost 6 foot, the pair of them. They're twice the size of the centre-backs they're playing against. And for the first 80 minutes, this team's trying to play out from the back and play it around, and they get nowhere. And then the last 10 minutes of the game, when they're stressing and struggling, and one of the centre-backs just hoofs it long over the top towards the opponent's goal. Yeah. These boys run through every time. The centre-backs don't get near them. They just bully them. They're faster, quicker, stronger, and they score goals. But all the time they're trying to... And that's the same with Haaland, I think. All the time Man City are trying to play he's out the game. It's not his game. Stick it in behind for him and give him a chance to actually use his physical attributes.
Jack, thank you for your call. Well done on the hole in one. I want to take one more call. Joe is a Liverpool fan. Hi, Joe.
Hello, lads. You all right?
Oh, good, man.
Hi,
How
Joe.
are you?
Yeah, I'm not bad. Just driving home from work.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I currently work on behalf of the University of Nottingham admissions team.
Nice.
All right. Zach, so if my daughter wants to go to Nottingham University, are you the man to speak to?
It depends if she's got the grades, mate.
Well, obviously, she's like me, no. She's like her mother, maybe. Go on, what would you like to say, Joe?
Yeah, so essentially it's about the whole Haaland situation. To be completely honest with you, I think the term world class is thrown about and it's given to the wrong players these days. And I think you look at a player like Haaland, maybe he doesn't have necessarily the service around him, but I can't name a player in world football right now that I'd trust in front of goal over Erling Haaland. So
Kane?
I think, come on. I think, Harry Kane, he's obviously, I'd say, on par goal scoring, but physicality-wise, he's got nothing on Haaland.
I don't know. He's a strong old fella, Kane.
He is a strong boy, Harry Kane. He is.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, but I must admit,
I can't fault Kane. I think he's a genius.
If you could choose Mbappe or
I'll go Kane.
You're going Harry Kane above anybody.
Yeah, if I've got a game tomorrow and everyone's fit,
he would be your number one striker if you could choose anything anywhere in the world.
I think he's the best number 9 in the world.
Do you really?
Yeah, I really do. Do you not?
No, I don't think. I think Harry's an unbelievable player and has been.
Go on, who's number 1?
Oh well, I would suggest it's an Mbappe that's right and at his.
But he plays
his best
out wide mainly, right? I mean, for Real Madrid, he's down the middle, but
yeah, I think
you going Mbappe.
I think he would probably be the one player that most defenders would have nightmares about facing more than anybody else. Probably him and Erling Haaland. I think it's a toss-up between them two.
Still to come and ask if Sean Dyche gets the respect he deserves. First, it's time for no Googling. Blimey, is that time already? We have been talking about Erling Haaland. We want to know who's the first goalkeeper he scored against in the Premier League. Interesting, the answer to that.
Are you going to offer me those?
Would you want them?
Those clues?
I'll
Yes,
give you those
please.
clues. I'll give you stupid clues.
Can you give me some
stupid clues when we come back?
It looks like Liverpool won't be making a second offer for Alexander Isak in this window. Newcastle rejected their opening offer of £110 million plus add-ons, so just short of 120 mil in total, and that's a British record. The Magpies have made it clear that they don't want to sell Isak without having a replacement signed. Andy Townsend finds this update difficult to believe, though.
They have an understanding, Liverpool, of course they have, that Isak would want to go there. And so I'm very surprised to hear that they're not prepared to go again, because the player has got to so unsettled now to the point where he's training with someone else. He's not even meeting up with his teammates on pre-season duty.
For all the latest transfer lines, head to our website's live blog. Elsewhere today, the Lions are going for a clean sweep in the third and final test tomorrow morning, and that's live on talkSPORT. It's as Australia's been dealt another injury blow with hooker Dave Porecki out. Former Lion Gordon Darcy reckoned we're in for an exciting finale.
There's a really high chance that we actually get another belter of a match, because both teams are freed up now. It's a free roll of the dice. The game is decided. The series is decided. They can actually go and have a bit of fun and see, does that actually free up players?
Meanwhile, we're told Louis Rees-Zammit will be welcomed back to rugby with open arms. The 24-year-old's coming home after not quite making it as an NFL running back. For more on these stories, head to talksport.com.
Listen to Drive at talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Andy Townsend. Before the break, I asked the question: who was the first goalkeeper Erling Haaland scored against in the Premier League? I was going to give you clues, but it'd be very difficult. West Ham goalkeeper.
West Ham goalkeeper.
Initials AA.
Alphonso Areola.
Yeah. I don't know how I'd give you clues to that.
Yeah.
Now, usually producer Joe just writes other stuff in front of me on the iPad. But he hasn't. He just said, sorry, I'll just put it on the... So, well, can I talk to Andy about what we're going to talk about? Is that all right?
Go on.
Okay, so while Joe's sorting out that, you and I were speaking in the break about the sad passing of Ozzy Osbourne.
Yes.
And I know you're a big fan
of
him and that kind of music.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd talk to you about that, really, because you haven't been on talkSPORT and talked about it. So that must have hit you hard, right?
It certainly did. I think like everybody was... I think anybody who's watched Ozzy either in concert at work or even on the telly with his family, I think there's a little bit of Ozzy, or we'd all like to think there's a little bit of Ozzy in every one of us. Someone that just does what he does, don't give a hoot about who he offends, what he says, what he doesn't say, just says it. If you know, just lives his life right in the moment every single minute of the day. And I was lucky enough because I know Tony Iommi, the guitarist from Black Sabbath, very well. I'd got to meet Ozzy a couple of times, and I think everybody, Andy, genuinely felt after watching the last concert, the last one at Villa Park. I think everybody felt that that was lovely to see, and we all know that Ozzy's not been well, and that Parkinson's is a debilitating illness. But for 16 or 17 days later, after the gig, for him to have passed away, well, I think still come as a massive shock, huge shock. But the outpouring of love towards him and his family, particularly in Birmingham, has been quite astonishing. And I think my oldest lad works in Birmingham a couple of 3 days a week, and he went to see, when the hearse passed all the way through the crowds and a couple of days ago, and it was absolutely staggering. I mean, I can't remember the last time anything like that.
It was like 70,000, wasn't it?
Yeah, in Birmingham for anybody. So I think it's one of those. I think everyone saw Ozzy and he was a real...
Let me ask you, how great was he? So he wasn't my genre of music,
No.
so I never really listened to him. I didn't really get it. I didn't understand it. That doesn't mean I'm right or wrong. It just wasn't for me. But I know he was loved by millions around the world. What I asked you this at the break, was he he wasn't a particularly great singer, but he had his own style, right?
I liked his
and also
his
as a
voice.
front man, sorry, he was just
and a great
on
showman.
a different level.
Great showman. And again, I think, look, Black Sabbath are often famed for inventing the genre of heavy metal. They are four guys that all lived within a stone's throw of Aston Villa.
Yeah.
And look, they've had their ups and downs over the years. That's all been very well documented too. But as it was, their last album they did a good few years ago now, Tony was recording quite a lot of that at his house when I lived opposite. And I know that particular album was a massive success around the world. And off the back of that, it was good to see that they got together, because Ozzy went off and done his own thing in the States.
Did you go over to your mate's house while he was recording it there? Did you hear some of the demos?
I did go over, but I felt, and I didn't want to get they don't need someone hanging around.
No, but you want to hear it, right?
But listen, I've been to many gigs with Tony. He's very kindly taken me to some amazing gigs. Yeah, I met the Stones, went to see the Stones, Metallica, and he takes me backstage to meet all those guys as well. And I've been very, very fortunate on that. So, but when he passed away, when Ozzy passed away, I genuinely, I think I was really upset, shocked by it, probably a little bit more than even though we knew that he was in poor health. But what a character! What a life he had. You know what? At the end of the day, when we're all said and done, and when our day comes, and it comes to us all, unfortunately, if people can turn around and say, "Wow, what a life that guy had! What a career
to make
he
such a
had!"
difference to everyone else's life is huge, right?
Yeah, and I think he genuinely did have an effect on a lot of people, in the right way. That particular genre of music, as you said, is not for everybody. I understand that, but in that area, he was absolutely pivotal. He was unique, and he was without doubt one of the very, very best.
Your pal that's in the group,
Tony.
How is he now? Is he all right? I mean,
Tony and I sort of we do speak, and I normally sending each other daft jokes on a daily basis. And of course, over the last week, I haven't had any contact, and I wouldn't do that. And funnily enough, the Coldstream Guards outside Buckingham Palace were playing Paranoid, I believe, yesterday.
Really?
They were playing Paranoid, by Black Sabbath. Literally either yesterday or the day before.
Great touch that is.
Now, there aren't many, I don't think, that could provoke the sort of reaction that Ozzy's sad passing has done. It was really sad to see his wife Sharon and all the family. I have to say, so sad.
I have to say, I do think there should be a law passed.
Go on.
That you're not allowed to take pictures of grieving family and friends at funerals. I open up the paper. I don't need to see that.
No.
If you want to show pictures of the crowd grieving or because I'm not familiar, I don't need to see. I know how horrific the moment is.
In this day and age, and if they're not official photography, if it's not press, it will be.
It'll be out there anyway. You're right.
With their phones.
I don't need to. It's such a. I saw pictures of Sharon and the kid. I mean, just awful.
They're distraught.
Just
absolutely
terrible. Yeah,
absolutely distraught. But again, I think it was lovely for the family to make that trip to Birmingham and to experience and to see the genuine affection that Ozzy holds within Birmingham and, of course, the wider area. People flying in, legends of the music industry and music world, flying in from everywhere to go to that funeral on the back of a lot of very famous and top musicians turning up at that concert at Villa Park early July. So yeah, it just it was one of those moments when he passed away that certainly hit me, because again I've been very fortunate enough to know the guys that he works with, and Geezer Butler as well, of course, very much a big Villa fan. So I know those guys well, and I know how much it will have affected them and upset them and hurt them. But also it's just amazing to see the genuine warmth, affection and love that for him, and how much he meant to everybody, particularly in Birmingham, and I'm sure on the first Villa game against Newcastle, first game of the season, and
that's a great point.
I'm sure because the song Crazy Train, one of Ozzy's songs, they run out to, so I'm sure when that is if it is to be the song again this season, I'm sure it will be, if that's blurted out over the tannoy, then I'm sure that's going to get a very, very warm and very lovely reception too. Yeah.
Okay, it's nice. I'm glad we had that chat. It's nice. That's the first time you spoke about that, right?
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Shall we move on to cricket?
Yes.
It's not good news for England. They're all out. Sam Ellard can tell us more.
Yeah, bowled out for 247. That means after 2 innings, England have a lead of 23 runs. The final wicket was Harry Brook for 53. A ball from Mohammad Siraj that Harry Brook looked to work into the offside. He chopped on though, bowled for 53. Given the fact that earlier on this afternoon, England at one point for 129 for 1. That's a seriously good effort by India to fight back in the game and bowl England out for 247. 4 wickets for Siraj, 4 wickets for Krishna. Zach Crawley top scoring for England with 64. So we had a little rain delay, but thankfully the rain's gone away. England bowled out for 247, and in about 10 minutes time England will come back out, and in pretty overcast conditions we'll look to try and get into India's top order late here on day 2. England bowled out 247.
Sam, earlier on I invited people, I don't know if you're aware of it, to text in questions for you, or maybe even advice to help you on the dating side of life. This one came in a minute ago. It says Sam Ellard needs to stop saying he's busy at weekends. That's where he's going wrong. He needs to start saying she's free love. I don't really know what that means. But
well, with free love?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means either.
If you met the ideal woman and she said, I hate sport, I can't stand it, what would happen next?
Oh, I'd quit my job in an instance, wouldn't I? Let's be honest. I'd be away. I'd do something else, right?
We've got a woman here saying, "Can you let Sam know I hate sport? Can he quit his job?"
Andy, you're bang out of order. Andy T. I'm trying to, out the Oval, trying to keep the nation updated on
you are, man.
a big sporting event. Thank you.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. And all I get from Goldstein is
abuse.
It's bang out of order, isn't it?
I'll tell you what we want. We want a talkSPORT wedding. That's what we want.
When was the last talkSPORT wedding?
Well, Jack, who works on my show Monday to Thursday, is getting married soon.
That's good news.
Or as I like to say, he's losing 50% of everything he's got.
That's not so good news. How did you meet your missus, Andy?
I met her, for the first time?
Yeah, how did you meet? Yeah.
I can't tell you that, but I can tell you the second time.
Go on then, what's the second time?
I met her through work. I was actually filming a TV show called Bikini Heaven.
Bikini Heaven.
Yeah,
That
I
sounds
wasn't
like a
in
good
it. I wasn't in it.
No, I'm sure you
This was way before sexism was bad. It was when it was accepted on telly.
Oh,
And
okay,
she was,
yeah.
She was producing the show and I was presenting it for Sky.
Is that right?
That's exactly right, my friend.
Oh, happy days.
Wow.
So there we go. So maybe
There you
you know
go.
you found love in the workplace.
Well, I got turned down 19 times by the contestants. And then I went
Number
on
20 was there.
time
And
lucky,
then I was like, right, who's left?
20th time lucky. Good man, Andy. You're a grafter.
There is, what is I said? There's a lid for every pot. Is that right, Sam?
I hope so, mate.
You just got to find your lid.
There we go. I'm scrambling around, but there's a lid.
Sam, keep up the great work. Thanks, pal.
Well done, guys.
Still to come on our show. Press it, Ryan. Press the button, Ryan. Press the button, Ryan. I went really high there. On our show, that one. No, not that one. It's 1:45, Ryan. We don't do that now. Still to come on our show. Now find the button. Come on, Ryan. You're better than that. Still to come on Drive. There you go. And we'll find out who Jeff Stelling was talking about here.
There is nobody that he hasn't been out with.
It's definitely not Sam Ellard. We'll ask if this man gets the respect he deserves.
That's woke nonsense.
Plus, we'll be joined by the beer mile world record holder. By the way, that's not a tape of a sound effect. That's them in the gallery. All that and loads more coming at last hour drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, Andy Townsend, and when we come back, my favourite part of any show ever, the best of talkSPORT. laughing. I've got goosebumps.
Brilliant tune.
It really is a great tune.
And the Coldstream Guards outside.
I mean, fair play to him for playing this. It's not easy, is it?
No, but they're having a go.
This is Drive and talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Andy Townsend. Still to come, we'll be asking if Sean Dyche gets the respect he deserves. Just quickly, Newcastle have rejected Liverpool's bid of around £120 million for Isak. Southampton have rejected £27 million from Everton for 19-year-old winger Tyler Diblin. And it's time now for this. Yeah, time now for the best of talkSPORT, friends. We run you through some of the recent highlight moments from across talkSPORT and our sister stations. Let's start with last night's Sports Bar. O'Hara and Akin Fenwa. They were discussing the former Wolves defender George. How do you put it?
Elokobi?
Is it Elokobi?
George Elokobi.
George Elokobi.
He used to come in and try and do the gym, right? And the you know, like the, what they call them, the fitness guys, right? George would walk in and open the door and, you know, he'd come in and want to do some bench press. They're like, get out.
Get out.
You're not allowed in the gym.
Wolves and Colchester played against him, and I still remember it.
Yeah.
I remember one time he whipped off his top and he had like a 20-pack. Yeah, he was solid.
What a beast.
Who's the strongest opponent you've ever come up against?
The strongest opponent
Yeah.
I've ever come up against, Andy.
Tough. You want to feel going, oh my God, I don't fancy that this afternoon. Tough guy.
I mean, look, in my era, there were an awful lot of guys like that who physically used to put it on you, give an answer.
You were with Vinny a lot, weren't you?
Yeah, I played
Tough?
with Vinny at Chelsea. Vinny could look after himself, of course he could. Yeah, absolutely. Graham Souness was obviously very tough. I think the toughest player I've ever seen that was my teammate at Southampton, Jimmy Case, one of the Liverpool greats. And Jimmy was, ferocious.
What about Steve McMahon?
Yeah, Steve McMahon played against Steve Macker a lot. Again, a lot of players in my era were, as a midfield player, and you had to try and do a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Just trying to think of players in your. What was Stanley Matthews like?
Brian Robson.
Tom Finney.
Robbo was
Captain Marvel.
Robbo was as tough as they come. But Suey. Yes, Jimmy Case, most certainly.
Which talkSPORT presenter would you back yourself to beat in the boxing ring?
Which one would I back?
How old are you now, Anne?
62, so there ain't that many
You look
I back
good for 62,
now.
man.
I don't know.
You could beat Cundy.
Do you think, with my nose, I think what I've got to do, Anne, I've got to be on the front foot, and I've got to jab and then get out.
Yeah, you're doing that broken.
Get in and get out.
Well, I've got the same problem, right?
Exactly.
If it is a problem. Don't forget the Sports Bar Weekend returns tonight at 10 p.m. Adam Catchall and the brilliant Carlton Cole. Do you know?
I like Carlton.
He's great.
I mean, I like Adam as well, but Carlton makes me laugh. He does.
He's very funny. You've got to read now where it says Townsend. Have you got the bit of paper?
Oh, yeah, I've got it, right. Okay. Over to this morning's breakfast show with Jeff Stelling and Gabby Agbonlahor, and Jeff was discussing his favourite contestant on this year's Love Island.
Harry. If today is National Girlfriend Day, it's going to cost Harry an absolute fortune, but there is nobody that he hasn't been out with.
Oh, Jeff, I love the fact.
Oh, he is. He's a proper Casanova. So would you vote it as one of the top cultural moments?
No, it's not cultural. I like to tell people I watch it because it's a social experiment.
Do you like Love Island?
Do you know what's...
Do you watch it?
What's a shame is when I was doing the Sports Bar, which was 10 o'clock in the evening, I was never home to watch it. And my very good friend Caroline Flack used to present it. And so I never used to watch it when she was presenting, because I was... But then since I've been doing Drive, it's on, and my wife... And I do get involved. I haven't seen this series, but the last couple of series I've been heavily involved with.
Yeah, I don't... I mean, unfortunately, mate, I can't comment. I don't watch it at all.
What I'm waiting for is soon I will know the kids in it, because there will be kids of people I know.
Is that right?
That will happen soon.
Yeah, probably will. You're right. Right, what's your guilty pleasure TV show? What's that bit of guilty pleasure where if you, I don't know, you've been working all day, you get home, everyone else is out. They've all gone out. You switch the telly and you think, go on, what am I going to watch? Something that makes you laugh.
I don't really watch a lot of well, if it makes me laugh, it's not really guilty pleasure. It's something like it's embarrassing, right?
Right.
I don't really watch a lot of telly. That's the problem.
You must watch a bit of telly.
I don't watch telly.
You and your missus must sit there at the end of the night and watch a bit of telly.
I get in at 8:15.
Yeah.
Every night of the week there's football on.
There is.
If there's not football on,
yes,
I'm going to get in at the same time and I'll watch something on Netflix.
Right.
So I don't really watch telly.
Don't watch it.
So I haven't got an answer for you,
Embarrassing Bodies. Would you watch that?
I've got one of them. No, I could. Anything like that, we go, ugh. No. Like Geezer takes his shoe off and he's got 9 toes. I'm like, no, put it back.
What's the one when they choose the partner from like
Naked Attraction? When they're naked.
That thing.
I've got stories about that show. Oh dear.
What, that we can talk about?
No, we can't talk about.
All right, okay.
Apparently there's a big smell in that studio.
I bet there is, by the way. And we'll go no further with that. Right, moving swiftly on. How are you celebrating National Girlfriend Day today.
I'm dumping them all. Is it National Girlfriend Day? I don't even know what that means. That's something Sam Ellard would never be able to celebrate, isn't it?
Very true. Right, remember that The Breakfast Show returns next Monday morning from 6 with Jeff Stelling and me.
Oh, OK. Set your alarm now. Let's finish by returning to last night's Sports Bar. It was Jamie and Adebayo Akinfenwa. They put together their best Beast Mode 11.
Up front, we've got Big Dunk and Emil Heskey. That's not a bad team, that, pal.
I'm telling you, that's going to save the world.
That's, you know...
Right, let the Space Jam people come. Yeah. We're going to save the world.
We're not very mobile.
Yeah. Play very deep. very, very deep.
But we just get it and give it to Big Dunk. Play off him and Heskey.
and Big Dunk.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's causing problems, that team. That team's doing all right.
So what, the production value of that show has gone downhill. Have you noticed that? It used to be a good show. Which team used to be the dirtiest to come up against?
Wimbledon. They were. Wimbledon back in the day.
Who's the worst?
Back in the day. Well, look, I mean, Vinny and Fash were always there wanting to wind you up, wanting to...
John Scales, was he hard?
Scalesy was... Listen, he wasn't... No, actually, John was a decent footballer, John, but...
Eric Young?
Youngie, again, they used to use him to good effect, but they were all... Dennis Wisey he'd drop his foot in if he had to on you.
What about, what's his name? Played for Spurs. Terry Gibson.
Terry Gibson.
We love Terry.
Good little player.
Yeah.
Listen, they had some... It wasn't just about them being physically difficult. It was about them... They could do that, and they still had some good players who could score goals and could hurt you. So they were good at what they did, make no mistake.
Akinfenwa is quite a character. Who's the biggest class clown you ever shared a dressing room with?
Probably either... I mean, I've shared them with Vinny and with Gaza. Probably...
Oh, yeah, Gaza.
Probably... I mean, Vinny was very funny, but I think Gaz just shades him.
Still speak to Gaza?
Not as often as I'd like. I mean, he does like to change his mobile phone number on an hourly basis.
He wasn't well recently, right? He was in hospital last week.
It's difficult. Listen, he's not been... I know he wasn't well, and I did get a message to him, and I hope he got it. Listen, again, we were talking about Ozzy earlier. Gaz has got the biggest heart of any individual I think I've ever known in football.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I'd never seen anybody so generous with his time, with money, helping people out and things like that. And he was just always the one guy that would always be prepared to maybe just go the extra half a yard for fans.
Well, we wish him well. A reminder for the best podcast on the planet. Be sure to check out 21 Minutes to Go with Jason Cundy and me. Have you downloaded it yet?
I haven't downloaded it yet, but I'm going to have a listen on the way back.
With you.
Promise.
21 minutes to go. Download it. Episode 3 is out now. Episode 4 will come out on Monday. So if you download 3, download 2 and 1. It's only 21 minutes.
Right.
And there's naughty swearing in it. It's not bleeped out. It's real swearing. Me and Cundy.
Nonsense.
No, it is. Honestly.
Is it really?
It's very funny.
Who writes these scripts?
It's me. There's no script. It's produced by yours truly.
When you go in the studio, you just got bullet points and you just start.
Yeah, Cundy has no idea what's happening.
They're the best ones. If they work like that,
they work, Andy. Don't worry about that.
Good.
21 minutes to go. Go download it. Make sure that you have the talkSPORT app as well, where you can swipe between talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2 and all our other sister stations, so you never miss a moment. When we come back, we'll be doing stuff in the last hour that we didn't have time for in the first 2. Oh, yes, we will.
looks like Liverpool won't be making a second offer for Alexander Isak in this window. Newcastle rejected their opening offer of £110 million plus add-ons, so just short of 120 mil in total, and that's a British record. The Magpies have made it clear that they don't want to sell Isak without having a replacement signed. Andy Townsend finds this update difficult to believe, though.
They have an understanding, Liverpool, of course they have, that Isak would want to go there. And so I'm very surprised to hear that they're not prepared to go again, because the player has got to so unsettled now to the point where he's training with someone else. He's not even meeting up with his teammates on pre-season duty.
Elsewhere today, Sunderland have signed goalkeeper Robin Roos from NEC Nijmegen. Rangers have brought Mikey Moore to Ibrox on a season-long loan from Tottenham. As for Spurs, they've agreed a deal with Bayern for João Palhinha. And it's understood Everton are pursuing a deal for Tyler Dibling, but are well below Southampton's current valuation. The Toffees' initial approach was in the 27 mil region, but the Saints want 40 mil. For all the latest transfer lines, head to our website's live blog. Elsewhere today, the Lions are going for a clean sweep in the third and final test tomorrow morning, and that's live on talkSPORT. It's as Australia's been dealt another injury blow with hooker Dave Porecki out. Former Lion Gordon Darcy reckons we're in for an exciting finale.
There's a really high chance that we actually get another belter of a match, because both teams are freed up now. It's a free roll of the dice. The game is decided. The series is decided. They can actually go and have a bit of fun and see, does that actually free up players?
Meanwhile, we're told Louis Rees-Zammit will be welcomed back to rugby with open arms. The 24-year-old's coming home after not quite making it as an NFL running back. His former Wales winger, Alex Cuthbert.
He wanted to try a dream, and it obviously hasn't quite worked out, but he's still going to offer an awful lot to rugby and rugby union and Welsh rugby. I think, he's a player we definitely need within that team.
For more on these stories, head to talksport.com.
I can't hear what you're saying, Andy. What did you just say?
Well, I just said, do you remember that? We spoke before the show about years ago, they used to have a running race. They used to have a race.
Yeah.
Right? They used to get footballers just to have purely have a race to see who was the fastest guy out there.
Yeah.
And I said to you before the show, I said, who wins that race today?
Yeah.
Is it Adama Traore or is it Mickey Van der Ven?
I love Andy Townsend so much.
Is it Mickey Van der Ven or Adama Traore?
I don't know. We can ask that in a minute.
Well, I'm asking you your opinion.
Well, mind your own business. It's just last hour drive on talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein, and Mr. Interfering over there, Andy Townsend. Still to come, we'll be joined by the beer mile world record holder, but now the British and Irish Lions, they're aiming for a clean sweep down under tomorrow, and of course it's live on talkSPORT.
Hugo Keenan to the left hand side to win it! Hugo Keenan scores the try! The British and Irish Lions have won their first series in 12 years.
These lads have dreamed of being a British and Irish Lion all their lives. Dramatic finish like that to win the series is what dreams are made of.
1974, isn't it, since the Lions team's gone to Series 1 unbeaten.
The man that's led the Lions to this
first series win in South Africa since 1896. Willie John McBride.
Every player in 74, nobody was going to be second best to anybody. It was as simple as that. We were going to be number one.
When we met, Big Faz made the call. He wants us to go out here and win everything.
They're a little bit more desperate, which we need to work on leading into next week.
Hugh Jones up and over the line, scores the try!
It's a big honor, boys. Take it with two arms, like Faz said.
What else could it mean to be a Lion? Prepared to win by skill, but be ready to win by will.
Yeah, the British and Irish Lions, they clinched their first series win in 12 years thanks to an incredible 29-26 victory over the Wallabies. That was last weekend, and tomorrow's third and final test in Sydney is an opportunity for them to create a bit more history and become the first Lions team to a clean sweep in a series in almost 100 years. And you can hear that happen live right here on talkSPORT from 10 a.m. on Saturday. That's tomorrow. Plus, from 8 p.m. this evening, Ollie Klink and Topsy Ojo bring you a preview show as they're joined by some massive names from the world of rugby. How about that? You've been watching that, the England games? You can be honest and say no if you haven't.
No. I did watch them, and I watched the last one, and the finish to the last game was unbelievable.
Wasn't it just?
What a finish. What an incredible finish. Funny enough, I heard someone this morning, I'm not sure if it was David Campese on this morning, the breakfast guys. I think it might have been Gabby might have just said to him, look, obviously 2-0 down, and it's not really good enough for Australian rugby. With 30 seconds to go, they nearly won it. And they're amazing sport like that, and that's what we love about sport. That is why it's so watchable at the very top level.
Yeah.
With the best players, it can change like that. Incredible.
Very unpredictable.
I think that the Lions in that last game, man, was something like 23-5 down.
They were, yeah.
In the second half against top players. Maybe not the best Australian team we've ever seen.
But still, to come back from that deficit, yeah.
Yeah, takes some doing.
A reminder, that one, of course, you can hear that continue tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, isn't it? Yeah, at 10 a.m. Now, earlier this afternoon, former Burnley and Everton gaffer Sean Dyche joined Johnny Owen for 3 brilliant hours here on talkSPORT, and they discussed a range of topics, from his thoughts on Thomas Tuchel's England boss to whether he was ever close to taking the Leicester job this summer. We'll hear actually from those shortly, but first, he also touched on whether he can see any of the 3 promoted sides staying up.
The 3 come up, 3 go down. Same 3. That's how big it's getting. The gap is increasing. I've been frustrated. I've spoken openly about it. Whether we're playing the right way, and you go, well, you went down. How about staying up, playing the wrong way?
Yeah.
So I hope these clubs can learn from not my experience, what I'm saying, but from their own experience, and go, right, can we maybe out-slick it in the Premier League like we did in the Championship? Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. Burnley tried to do that under Vincent Kompany, fantastic manager of the years, and gone on to great things. But the point is, they tried to do that, it didn't work. So I'm interested to see with these 3 teams, if they change their style and go, no, hang on a minute, we're going to have to be more resilient maybe, or we're going to have to defend more, or we're going to have to defend more as a team. We're going to have to play on a defence.
It might have stayed. Oh no, he dumped it.
I did it good.
Listen, it's always tough for newly promoted sides to stay in the Premier League, but I do feel as though more and more the gulf between 1 to 17 and 18, 19, 20 is huge. And usually, we've seen it over the last few seasons, 18, 19 and 20 have been the newly promoted sides.
Yeah.
How difficult will it be this season for Sunderland, Leeds and Burnley to stay up?
It will. Look, again, they've got it full on right from the get-go. They've just enjoyed great success, and the feeling around all the clubs very positive. And now all of a sudden, as we're the countdown to the new season starting, things are now going to seriously start hotting up. They've all made some welcome additions. There's a lot of optimism around those clubs. If they get off to a bad start, it's difficult. I hope, and I keep my fingers crossed here. Sean just mentioned it briefly about Vinny Kompany, his time at Burnley, and there's such a difference when Sean walked into his first job and to Vinny taking his first job. And the way that those managers approach those jobs. Back years gone by, you'd walk through the door, you'd see what you've got, usually a dejected, despondent bunch, fans having a go from the terraces. You've got to try and change that dynamic somehow in order to get it going again. Nowadays, you've got coaches taking jobs and they'll only do what they want to do, irrespective of whether it's necessarily the right group of players to play that way. No, they're creating their own image. And I don't blame them, because being a football manager is not for the faint-hearted. It is very difficult in terms of wanting any stability in your life, for your wife, for your kids, whatever. Yeah, you get well paid at the top, by the way, not at the bottom. You get well paid at the top, but it's changed so much. It's morphed into something now when managers are getting the job, you can understand they think, well, I'm not going to do what they want me to do. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that because they'll sack me in 12 months' time anyway. So I'm going to create my own brand of football, my own image. I'm going to create what I think is the right way to go. And hopefully I might be able to do it with better players. I love Vincent Kompany.
Okay. Let's hear a bit more from Sean Dyche, shall we? He was also asked where he stood on Thomas Tuchel being appointed as the England manager.
Ideally, I would have liked an English manager, but that's nothing against him or any kind of foreign manager. It's just about the fact that ideally someone through our system I would have liked to have been a manager or has been in our system. Not necessarily through the FA system, but someone has done well. I was frustrated, I put it on air, that Eddie Howe wasn't at least in the system to look at that. But if not for now, for future-proofing. But at the end of the day, we want a manager who can take the team to glory. We want a manager who can win. So that's what we're looking for next. The style of it, I'd like it to be improve with the pace of it and the aggression, not the aggression tackling, but I mean the aggressive form of tackling to play more progressive football, in my opinion, so far. But it is only so far.
How noisy was that gallery? You see that? Johnny not happy, was he? Gallery making a lot of noise. We don't get that on our show, do we, lads?
No.
They're still asleep. What do you make of the New England manager? It's still being discussed. From what you've seen so far, because we've seen a few games now.
Well, it's been pretty ordinary so far, hasn't it? Let's be honest. It's been pretty low-key so far. Clearly, Tuchel has got an excellent CV and he absolutely knows his way around managing a football team. But international football is something wholly different. I'm not convinced that Tuchel is the right kind. Tuchel's got the right. He's got all this. As I said, he's got the CV. It's not persona. It's not that. I just don't know if he's best suited to international football. He's a very demonstrative, demanding sort of guy, Thomas Tuchel. Whenever you watched his teams, I watched him when he was at PSG before he even came to Chelsea, and I've seen him from minute one turning around, and you see it a lot nowadays. You see coaches in the technical area when they get the hump with something they've just witnessed, they turn around to the technical area and said, you can see him almost going, who told him to do that? What's he doing that for? Why's he doing that? Looking at the goalkeeping coach, if the goalie's kicked it instead of throwing it, what's he doing that for? And Tuchel is a very emotive kind of guy. He doesn't hide his frustrations, I don't think, particularly well. And also with players, he lets them know. Now, there's nothing wrong with that I don't think on an everyday basis at your club, but I do think at international level, it might be difficult for him to implement his very best style on an international team and an international setup where he's only got these boys for a limited amount of time, and he might find it frustrating. And I don't know.
No, I hear that.
I've just not got the vibe that it's best suited for him. That's all.
I see that. Finally, Sean Dyche, this is going to be interesting. I've not heard this answer. He was heavily linked with the Leicester job this summer after Ruud van Nistelrooy left the club, and he was asked to clear up those rumours. Have a listen.
It was bizarre. Even the agent I use, Rob, who's a great guy, he rang me and said, have you done this behind my back? I went, what are you talking about? I said, I'm sitting in a pub with Johnny. I've just had some lunch. I was like, what is that all about? So, apparently I got interviewed twice. I mean, I'm in a pub where I met him, and I was like, I haven't been interviewed at all. So, bizarre. And then they get that mythical thing where I have to answer to it, and then that makes a story just come answering to something that isn't even true, which is even more bizarre. But that's the media that we know and love.
That is nuts, right? And we've seen it a million times with practically every newspaper that stuff's, exaggerated. But the fact that story, there was no truth whatsoever in that. No. He's nuts. It is. They said he had 2 chats with Leicester and he just said he was in a pub, didn't have one.
Yeah. No.
Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah, well, it is. That's the nature of the business that we're in. And you would think over course and distance, over a period of time, if those people that come up with that rubbish and put their name to it, well, one day they'll get in front of Sean Dyche, or one day they'll get in front of another manager, and those people will blank them, custard pie them, because they'll say, listen, I don't want to talk to you because of what you wrote about me 6 months ago or a year ago was just complete fabrication and it's an absolute load of rubbish, and I don't know where you got it from. So I think what goes around comes around a little bit. I think Dyche, look, I remember when Sean was at Everton coming to the end of his time, and it felt like he needed to come out of the club and have a bit of a breather. Just saw him as we changed over, and I said, how are you? And he said, great, enjoying the bit of time off, but will no doubt want to get back involved. And it's morphed. This job has changed an awful lot for people like Sean. When he first got jobs, Andy, he was going in there and fighting fires wherever he's been, trying to turn a club's fortunes around. He would love dearly to have got to be given an opportunity at a club. Enzo Maresca, you know, Enzo worked as a number 2 to Pep, and on the back of that, obviously ends up getting the Chelsea job and is doing a pretty
Really
good job of it.
Yeah.
He's doing very, very well. But for Daichi, they go in as a number 1. They go in as a manager, and they're constantly trying to pull rabbits out of hats every week to try and get their team working. And so his style was always going to be very different from some of the other guys who were given opportunities nowadays.
Right, listen, from 6:30 we have a guest on our show called Corey Belmore. He's now the newly crowned beer mile world record holder. And what that involves is 4 laps, 400-metre laps, and at the end of each lap he has to down a bottle of beer.
Is he still running whilst he's having it?
Yes.
I mean, so he gets given the beer and he takes off.
Keeps going.
Right,
the record, the new record for 4 bottles of beer and 1 per lap and 1 mile is 4 minutes 27 seconds. Now, that is unbelievable. 4 minutes and 27. So he's done the mile, but he's had 4 bottles of beer. Right, so we'll speak to him in about 15 minutes.
That's only 27 seconds, isn't it? Slower than Roger Bannister.
Yeah, well, 28.
28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And when he gets the beer, does he hold an hand out?
Very good.
And run like that. And
like he's taking a baton.
Exactly.
That's probably how I would. I think what he does, he gets the beer and he opens it himself while he's running. Right. So I thought between then and now, we would ask you for your own personal world records. Okay, at any level, anything. Now it could be fun ones. Like a mate of mine years and years and years ago had, I think 8 or 12. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's 8. McDonald's fillet of fish in one sitting. We just finished football. Yeah. We went into McDonald's. He had 8 of them. And he got them all out, put them on top, and he squashed them all down and just ate them. Right? Which is insane.
That is unbelievable. I've seen Jimmy Five Bellies have 6 Big Macs and chips with 3 milkshakes.
You haven't?
Yeah. Gazard said to him, "Come on, Jim, get them down, yeah." And Jimmy said, "No problem." And I think Gazard, "I'll give you 100 quid if you get that lot done."
And he did it.
On about the 5th, Jim started to go green.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And was struggling to try and get this last handfuls of chips in. And of course, he dropped a chip and Gaz immediately penalised him and didn't pay him.
Okay, well, let's do. I said to my producer, we'll do this, and he went, "You won't get people called up." And I went, "Joe, they don't let me down the drive, listener. They're unbelievable." So you've got between now and when we come back, which is about 2 minutes, to phone up with your own personal, if it's food world records, even better, but your own personal world records.
And without saying, obviously, we've got to keep them reasonably clean.
Yes, yeah. Well, not reasonably. We have to keep them clean. Don't let me down. Producer Joe doesn't think you'll phone. I think you will. Your own personal world records are next. 03717 223344. I love this tune.
What a great song.
Well, I used to love it. Till it was butchered by someone.
Who was it? Can I not say? Well, let me tell you.
I'm only playing.
Full marks for a bit of effort.
Apparently, I don't know how true this is, but tomorrow at Wembley, when Liam sings this, he's going to have a cat on his lap. I don't know how true that is, but he's going to try and sing this sat on a couch with a cat on his lap.
Right.
They're just rumours I'm hearing from Wembley. I don't know how true that is.
Everyone's listening. They're going, "What is he on? What's he going on about?" Because they don't know. You can't
keep listening. I'll reveal it in 10 minutes' time. Right?
Cool.
Still to come, we'll be joined by the beer mile world record holder. Just quickly, Liverpool reportedly not going to bid for Isaac.
Come on, of course they are.
Currently stand. I know. The EFL is increasingly concerned about Sheffield Wednesday. Oh dear, financial situations, their ability to fulfil their championship fixtures this season. Shutting part of the ground. I mean, that club's in an absolute state. Must be horrible being a Wednesday fan at the moment. Right, we're taking your calls. Oh, on world records.
Yeah.
Now, you, as I walked into the studio, you went, I've got one.
Well,
is this your own one?
I think I might have a world record, actually, yeah. I've lost something that someone gave to me and asked me not
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, I've lost something that someone gave to me and begged me to look after it.
That's nice.
Inside 30 minutes, I'd lost it. No, it wasn't. It was a book. And the man's Paul Barron, my old goalkeeping coach at Villa. And I asked to borrow his. I was coaching some kids. I said, I could do with some help on you with coaching these goalies. Yeah, I'll give you my book. He said, by the way, that's my Bible. That's my life's work in there. He went, do not. 33 and a half minutes later, whatever it was, I'd left it on the tube. I fell asleep.
I've done that before.
I fell asleep. I got up. Just saw me stop.
Boom.
Doors open, flown at the doors. I've left this.
How long ago was that?
Oh, a long time ago.
Someone's got that listening.
Someone's got that.
If you've got that book, phone up now.
So, and Paul probably doesn't know to this day. So, Paul, apologies, mate, if you are listening for the first time.
I lost something.
Because I come up with some horrible lie as well.
That's no good.
Yeah.
I lost something in Magaluf years ago.
Go on.
Well, I can't tell that story. I can't tell that story. Yeah. What are your own personal world records? Is the question we're asking. This is because in 5 minutes' time we'll speak to the newly crowned beer mile world record holder. That record's been smashed.
Is that really the gentleman's name?
What, beer mile world record?
Yes, yeah, the beer mile world record.
Corey Belmore.
Yeah,
that's really his name.
That is his name.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay. No. Steve is an Arsenal fan. He's got his own world record. Hello, Steve.
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, really good. Great show, guys, as always.
Steve, you ever tried to sing Wonderwall with a cat on your lap?
No.
Tough. Try it if you get a chance. Try it. What's your own personal world record?
So, a little bit of an odd one. Guy at work, it was his birthday. He had a big bag of donuts in the office.
Yeah.
And he said everyone was tucking into them. I picked up one, put it in my mouth, ate it in one. They went, oh my God, I can't believe you've done one in one go. I went, I can do better than that. I can do two in one go.
Oh, no.
So 2 in 2 goes?
Yeah, no,
2 in 1.
Two donuts in one go. So shoved one in, second one in, and then chewed them down.
Oh, God, yeah, but this must have gone. Go on, Steve. Where's it go from here? Not 3.
To the hospital, I imagine.
No. Unfortunately, there wasn't any more, so I couldn't go again.
Wow.
But
did you enjoy it?
One go.
Enjoy it, Steve.
And I've got to be honest with you, felt a little bit sick afterwards.
Yeah,
I bet.
Okay.
And of course, they always say with donuts, you can't lick it. You know, like that's always the
can't lick
trick.
what?
Can't lick your lips.
Well, you can. I mean, you don't get arrested.
No, you don't. But like, that's the trick, isn't it? If you're gonna have a donut and do it in one go,
the sugar ones you can't.
Yeah, that's
Drew. It's a Leeds fan. Hi, Drew.
Hiya.
Hi, Drew.
You ever sung Wonderwall with a cat on your lap?
Can't say I have. No.
Try it. It's tough. What have you got for us, Drew?
You know your tonic tea cakes you get, your marshmallows and your chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
32 of them in a sitting.
Very good.
Why wasn't 31 enough?
I had 3 packs, so you get them in the 10 packs.
Why?
I can sit there and I can have 10 in one go. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, but why?
Wow.
Just because they're just so nice.
What? Sorry, it wasn't a bet. Or your mate's going, I bet you can't. You just sat there in your car eating them.
Not in my car. I sat watching, playing PlayStation.
Oh dear. Great that.
Wow. Did you have tea that night?
That was after tea, yeah. It was about 8 or 9 o'clock, yeah.
32 of them.
If you would have had more, would you add them?
And like the last caller, you can't eat them in halves or anything else. It's literally one after the other each time.
How many was? Oh, was it just one at a time? He didn't go like 4 in one go.
No,
or nothing,
I didn't go like 4 at a time. No, just do one at a time. But it's a mouthful and straight down, and then on to the next.
Drew, if you had another packet of 10, would you have kept going?
Well, I had a packet left of 8. I had 8 left, but I did stop because I was starting to think, well,
yeah,
I'm going to feel a bit sick tomorrow.
on your own, sat in a room playing the PlayStation, 32 teacups, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a mate, Drew. What a superstar you are.
There's every chance.
Thanks, Drew.
No messing.
Thanks, man.
Well done,
Lead
Drew.
through and through.
Every chance.
I tell you, it went through and through, yeah.
Yeah, every chance. That is a record, isn't it? That is a record.
Yeah, that is one.
Yeah.
So he's singing Wonderwall with a cat on your lap, and we'll find out. We'll speak to the record holder of that in just a moment. Still to come, we'll also be joined by the Beer Mile record holder. But first, it's time for No Googling. We were talking about Sean Dyche about 10 minutes ago. We want to know which manager has he beaten the most times throughout his career.
Wow.
That and the singing cat when we come back. Live and Drive and talkSPORT.
Looks like Liverpool won't be making a second offer for Alexander Isak in this window. Newcastle rejected their opening offer of £110 million plus add-ons, so just short of 120 mil in total, and that's a British record. The Magpies have made it clear that they don't want to sell Isak without having a replacement signed. Andy Townsend finds this update difficult to believe, though.
They have an understanding, Liverpool, of course they have, that Isak would want to go there. And so I'm very surprised to hear that they're not prepared to go again, because the player has got to so unsettled now to the point where he's training with someone else. He's not even meeting up with his teammates on pre-season duty.
For all the latest transfer lines, head to our website's live blog. Elsewhere today, the Lions are going for a clean sweep in the third and final test tomorrow morning, and that's live on talkSPORT. It's as Australia's been dealt another injury blow with hooker Dave Porecki out. Former Lion Gordon Darcy reckoned we're in for an exciting finale.
There's a really high chance that we actually get another belter of a match because both teams are freed up now. It's a free roll of the dice. The game is decided. The series is decided. They can actually go and have a bit of fun and see does that actually free up players.
Meanwhile, we're told Louis Rees-Zammit will be welcomed back to rugby with open arms. The 24-year-old's coming home after not quite making it as an NFL running back. For more on these stories, head to talksport.com.
Good mix, right? You couldn't even hear the difference, could you? And let's remember Liam didn't have a cat on his lap.
Do you know what? You're cruel.
I didn't mix it. It's Ryan in there.
You're cruel.
No, I'm not. I'm having fun. It makes people smile on a Friday.
Okay.
And can I just say, in her defence, right? She has got a great voice.
She's got a good voice.
She genuinely has a great voice. I've seen other things she's sung on her Instagram. I think that was just maybe a bad day. Or a good day. Before the break, I asked the question, which manager has beaten, has Sean Dyche beaten the most times throughout his career? Any idea with that?
So I would suggest. Look, I've got no idea, and apologies. Let me go for.
I'll be honest, it's taken a long time, this answer. I mean, it's just a throwaway question.
I don't know. I ain't got a clue.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a manager that might have been at the bottom, up and down a bit.
Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe, yeah.
Really?
8 times in 17 games. How about that?
There you go. Funny.
Follow us at 7. Ollie Klink brings you the Transfer Insiders. Then from 7, he'll be joined by Top C Ojo for a preview of the third and final British and Irish Lions test down under. Wow, there's been a wicket, the cricket, has there? Watching for talkSPORT, Sam Ellard didn't tell us more.
Oh, you bet there has. The breakthrough for England. India 46 for 1. Tongue Caswarial caught at first slip to give England that all-important breakthrough. Cyrus Darson comes to the crease, but Jaiswal's looking dangerous on 38. He was dropped on 20 though by Brook, driving a full and wide ball. Took the edge. It was came quick to Brook. He had to catch it above his head, but he put it down. England bowled out earlier on this evening for 247. A 23-run lead on first innings. Crawley top scoring with 64. So third innings, India are 46 for 1. Late here on day 2. That's with a lead of 23.
Good work, Samantha. Thank you for that. Right, time now to turn our attention to surely one of the greatest events on the planet, because Canada's Corey Belmore has broken his own world record to win his 7th beer mile world record title. The event asks runners to drink 4 beers, one before each lap of a mile, and complete the course as quickly as you can. And Corey did, I mean, this is ridiculous. So not only did he run the mile, but he had 4 beers in an incredible time of 4 minutes and 27 seconds. Let's find out more as we speak to the man himself, the beer mile record holder, Corey Belmore. Easy for me to say sober. Hello, Corey. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm in Portugal still, so enjoying the vacation after the record, and I'm doing well.
Well, listen, it's lovely to have you on the show. Many of our listeners have probably never heard of this event. I think that's fair to say. Just talk us through what it involves and how long the event has been going for. Is there a big history attached to it?
Yeah, so traditionally it was done after like Canadian cross-country seasons. End of the season, you kind of have a week to celebrate. So not take yourself too seriously, eat a bunch of crap food, maybe party a little bit, which you don't do in season. So the beer mile just became a tradition at the end of the season to incorporate some partying, I guess, a little bit, and then some athleticism. So it's been going on since the 80s, and then they've been hosting the formal competitions since 2015.
Wow. And Corey, if you don't mind me asking, how many other competitors, serious competitors, are there out there trying to grab your record now? How many people are doing this?
There's people from all over. There's Swedish, Norwegians, people from Germany, Netherlands, US, all over, you name it. So there's a lot of people that want the record. There's not too many people that have come close, fortunately.
Have you got a beer with you now?
I've got some H2O, actually. So
you got
some
water.
high quality,
I was going to ask, are you a big drinker by trade anyway?
I enjoy the social beer here and there, but no, I'm not a big partier, to be honest. I just happen to be able to chug well, and then I can run decently as well. So it's two weird things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great expression.
And I mentioned earlier, Corey, to Andy about, so as you're approaching the 400-metre mark, is someone standing with a bottle of beer in the back of his hand, and like as if it's a baton, and you're running towards him, and then you grab it and away you go?
Not quite. There's a table that's set up. You have your 4 beers. You start with a beer. So it's untouched. I carry a bottle opener the whole race. So I start with the beer. You have a 9-meter chug zone. You have to finish the beer within that chug zone. And then you do a lap of the track. You do that 4 times in total. So 4 beers, 4 laps.
What is your own personal world record for a mile?
My best mile without drinking, so sober mile, I guess, is 3:57 in the mile.
Wow, so it's only like 30 seconds slower than the fastest time you can run. That's incredibly fast.
Pretty well. So yeah, the you stop for, I don't know, say 6-7 seconds depending on the lap.
Yeah.
Chug a beer, you're out of breath. You're trying to, drink while you're out of breath, which is hard, and then you have to do another lap as hard as you can. And honestly, you just want to get the event done as quick as you can. It's not fun, and there is a penalty lap if you do puke.
Sorry, say that again. There's a what?
There's a penalty lap if you puke. So that's the biggest.
That really is the lap of shame, isn't it? That one.
Yeah.
Wow, we have that on a Thursday night around the pub. Actually, can you choose whatever beer you want?
Yeah, it has to be 5% alcohol and then 355 milliliters, but you can use a can, you can use a bottle, you can choose what beer you want as long as it's not a cider or anything like that.
And let me ask, whenever I neck a beer, and I don't do it too often, but whenever I neck a beer, within 20 seconds I feel a big burp coming on and I don't feel like running. Do you have that problem?
That's the name of the game, getting the burps out without having to puke. So, yeah, I mean, I'm able to get that carbonation out. But at the end of the event, it's 3 pounds of liquid in your stomach. So it's you can imagine it's not comfortable to run with.
No, mate. Do you know, the mind boggles a bit. I'm just thinking there aren't people to do the 10,000 meters.
Yeah, it's a good point. Is that the only event?
Yeah. Yeah. They don't progress it any more than the mile. The mile is, I think. It's pushing the limits a little bit. Yeah. If there has been people that have done their own like beer 2 miles, 5Ks, 10, like I don't suggest that stuff. No. I don't even suggest doing the beer mile. But yeah, there's people that do the longer distances unofficially.
Corey, what else do you do? This presumably isn't your only job. Are there any other crazy world records that you hold? What do you do for a living?
Yeah, so I just got my professional license for half Ironman. So, yeah, professional triathlete. Just did that over the last year. And then previous to that, made 6 national teams for track and field.
Okay. Why do you need a license to become an Ironman contestant? What's the reason behind that?
Just to categorize yourself with a professional, so you start in a different field. You can earn the actual prize money that's available at these events, and then you have the ability to achieve sponsorships from being a professional. So yeah, it's just a different category of racing.
Is there crazy money in that? I've seen some of the documentaries on Netflix about Ironman, and every year they get bigger and bigger and bigger. What sort of money are we talking about nowadays?
Yeah, it's getting better. It really depends on what distance you're pursuing. There's like multiple different streams. There's Olympic stream, half Ironman, then full Ironman. So they're all a little bit different, but yeah, they have a professional organization now, which is T100, and then Ironman has their own pro series. So they're competing for the top athletes.
And Corey, when's your next race? When's your next beer mile?
I do 1 a year. So, well, I do 2 a year. I do one World Classic year, and then I do an event called the IPA 10K, which is in California. So, yeah, my next one will be in November, and then I won't do another one until the World Classic next year, which it's looking like it's going to be in Amsterdam.
Okay. I've got 2 questions left for you. Your time of 4 minutes, 27 seconds is the record. What was the record before that? What do you beat by?
4:28. So, just nipped it. Just got it.
And after you've had 4 beers, how do you celebrate?
That's a good.
I'm not gonna lie, you do have a couple more after that. So,
do you?
Yeah.
Wait, I was gonna say, when you're getting ready for this event, are you practicing with it? Are you drinking and training?
No. I do stay away from it. So I know I can chug. I know I have a strong stomach, and then the goal is just to get as fit as I can for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, no drinking during workouts or whatnot.
Okay. And just finally as well, just going back to if you puke, you have to do an extra lap. Are there many people that have to do an extra lap after you're puking?
Yeah, there's some compilation videos of a lot of people puking, so it's not a pretty sight. I mean, my grandma came to one of the events we hosted in my hometown, and it's not a pretty sight to see the amateurs that try it and puke all over the track.
Yeah. Well, round about over here at the moment in England, it's dinner time, so loads of people will be loving this chat. Listen, Corey, well done on this world record, and in all seriousness, good luck with the Ironman contest, because my goodness, you have to be fit for that, so all the best of luck with that.
Best of luck, Corey.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Cheers,
Thanks
guys.
for coming on, man. There you go, Corey Belmore, the new beer mile world record holder. Not easy for me to say.
No, not easy to do either, by the sounds of it. And there's 1 or 2 that are struggling a little bit to keep their beer down, but you'd have thought there'd have been 1 or 2 in this office that were more than capable of having a go at that.
Well, Brazil could do the drinking bit, but just not the running bit. Maybe you could put him in a shopping trolley and push him around the track. I'm looking at my producer now, Joe. Have we got time for the next bit, Joe? Joe says, no, we haven't got time, so we'll do more when we come back. And one more Billy will be in the studio for the end of show quiz.
Okay.
Are you looking forward to that?
I'm very much
looking forward to that. Me and Andy and Billy and other bits and pieces coming up right after this.
when you think that it's grooving.
You can always tell when Ryan Bryan's on the decks. Nearly the end of the show. Reminder, from us at 7, Ollie Klink brings you the Transfer Insiders. He's alongside Quaker Fari. Then from 8, he'll be joined by Topsy Ojo for a preview of the third and final British Irish Lions Test Down Under. And a reminder, over on talkSPORT 2, you can hear the return of the EFL. Luton, they host Wimbledon. The all-important team news for that is Ian Abrahams. He's watching for talkSPORT. Can tell us more, Moose. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome back to Kenilworth Road for the first EFL match of the season. Luton line up then with Keeley in goal, Walters, Makosu, Anderson and Naismith, and Longvite at back 5, Walsh, Saville, Clark, Wells and Ali. As for AFC Wimbledon, back at this level for the first time in 5 years or so, Bishop is in goal. Sinway and Seddon will be the two full-backs with Johnson and probably Lewis as the players in the middle. Gundre in midfield alongside the likes of Reeves, Kelly and Alistair Smith. Miles Hippolyte scored the winner at Wembley behind Matty Stevens up front. The game is live commentary on talkSPORT 2 tonight. It's Luton against AFC Wimbledon here at the Kenny.
And it's the second day of the 5th test between England and India at the Oval. Here's the man who puts the word lonely in the lonely hearts ads. It's Sam Ellard watching for talkSPORT.
You're better than that, Andy.
I'm not. I'm sorry. I thought that was a good one.
You know what? At 6:51 on a Friday, you saved your worst for 9 minutes to go, haven't you, Andy?
Did you ad-lib that sentence?
Anyway, India 55 for 1. There we go, leading by 32 runs. The wicket to fall, KRL for 7. Josh Tongue finding the outside edge. It was a good catch at first slip by Root, but Jaiswal looks good at the top of the order. He was dropped on 20. Our second slip by Harry Brook. He's on 40 from 36, batting quickly. Sai Siddharthan's got 7 to his name. We've got about 40 minutes left to play this evening. We can go on until 7:30 because of the stoppage of rain earlier on. So into the third innings, the game's moved along pretty quickly this afternoon after India were bowled out for 224 this morning. Then England bowled out for 247 in the afternoon. India 55 for 1, leading England by 32 runs.
Good work as always, Sam. Thank you for that one. While Billy's joined us in the studio.
Do you know, just very quickly, Andy, talking about the cricket, right? I've got friends that go got friends that have gone
we've
to
got
the
time
Oval.
for your friends.
Yeah, they have.
I don't care about your friends.
Go on and carry on.
Go on, what tell me about your friends?
It's just that, like,
no, tell me about your friends.
Friends of mine who go to cricket.
I don't care. Tell me in 8 minutes.
I'm not telling you.
No, tell me in 8 minutes.
Poke it. No.
Usually I get caught.
Yeah, I didn't quite before Andy Townsend would swear. You got one more, Billy?
Evening, lads. Evening, Andy T.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, really good.
All jokes aside, Billy.
Yeah.
How has your day been?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Andy Show quiz time.
It's all about world records today.
Oh, okay.
We had the beer drinker on.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, do you like that?
Yeah.
You got your own world record?
No. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll
just thinking bird's nest and hair.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, very good. Andy, would you like Andy T to go first, or do you want to go first? Usually,
I think Andy T should go
letting
first.
the guest go first.
Yeah, always let the elder statesman go first.
Okay, so these questions are all about world records, Andy.
Okay, let's go.
What's the longest time someone has had the hiccups, Andy?
The longest time someone's had the hiccups.
Can I guess? Because I think I know this.
Yeah, I've got multiple choices.
I would suggest a week.
I think it's something like 50 years.
It's 68 years.
As far as you can stick it, where the sun does not shine and never will.
Charles Osborne began hiccuping in 1922 and continued until 1990.
Did he die, or did they just stop one day?
I think he stopped before he died.
You don't know?
No, not sure.
You don't know? No, not sure? You don't know?
No, I don't think he died.
Imagine that last one, and then he went...
Can you imagine having a chat with him, just a general chat about anything?
Hiccups, probably.
Yeah. How are you? Well, I've not been quite... So good this...
Horrible.
Yeah.
Go on,
Andy, you ready?
Born ready.
Similar question. What's the world record for the longest ever sneezing fit?
I don't think that's nowhere. Imagine one stop, then I'll sneeze on that. For sneezing, it's going to be years, I would say. I don't think it's years, actually. I think that would kill you. I'll go for 3 months.
It's 976 days, so about almost 3 years. Yeah.
Oh, my days.
I do like a big tasty.
The lady began sneezing in January.
Lady? You haven't got a name?
I forgot to put her name down.
Right.
January 1981, stopped in 1983.
Who's the poor fella saying bless you every time?
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Danny Murphy.
My wife can't sneeze once. If she sneezes, there's about, I'm not exaggerating, 15.
My wife can sneeze and sneeze very loud. Sneezes very, very loud. You'd think I'd be the loudest sneezer with my nose, but not. Are you one of them?
No, I
or
never
do you
stop
actually
to
let
sneeze.
it go out?
Never stop to sneeze. Dangerous.
Andy
You
T.
can blow your own brains out.
Come
I
on,
don't know if you're aware of that.
Do your next question. What's the world record for the most calories eaten in a day?
Oh, goodness, right.
I've got options if you like.
Why don't we both have a guess? Nearest gets it.
I'll go for
I'm going to write mine down.
26,000.
I'm going to go for 60,000.
30,000.
You're closest to four.
Go actually had ice cream outside the Trevi Fountain.
Was that Anna Brazil?
Yes.
Okay,
it was this morning actually.
Was this morning? Beat his own record from yesterday.
Yeah. Andy, what's the world record for the longest coin spin? You know, you.
Oh yeah, okay.
Spin a coin.
So you just drop it on the table.
Keep going round.
1 minute 12.
That's a good shout. I would suggest, and it's a bit longer than that. 2 minutes 31.
No,
just 25 seconds.
Oh,
actually. Yeah.
Oh, we could beat that.
I've got half a night. Yeah.
You got a coin on you?
No.
Okay. No one carries coins.
Who carries coins?
Who carries coins, Bill?
Andy T, how old was the oldest ever pig?
The oldest ever pig, Bill, I think would have been approximately.
Can I write it down? Can I write it down? Hold on, I'd say the oldest ever pig would be
18.
I've gone 33.
23.
You again, closest. Last question.
Unfortunately died in 2021.
Oh, did he?
And eaten, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Couldn't save his bacon.
Oh, very good.
Well,
Very good.
Andy G, what's the world record for the most straws stuffed into a mouth?
I've seen this.
Straws.
I'm going to go for. Okay, I've written my answer down. What are you going for?
I'm going to go for 115.
I've got 179.
650.
Wow.
Wow.
Trouble is, there's different sizes of straws. I was working on the McDonald's
Oh,
size
yeah,
ones.
you don't want to work on that one.
No.
These are little penny ones.
Yeah.
Have you got one more?
I've got one more.
Well, we haven't got time.
All right.
Good work, Billy. Andy, thank you.
Billy.
I'm not back for a week as I'm off to Florida to beat Earl the Pearl Strickland on Tuesday. It's live on talkSPORT at 4 p.m. Make sure you tune in for that. Make sure you download 21 Minutes to Go. Make sure you download that.
Yes,
My podcast with Cundy. Have a great week.
And we're going out with a bit of Aussie.
We are indeed. Turn it up to 11.